All right. We're here with another episode of the 98 FTG Friday Night Live podcast. And our guest tonight is Dave Shay. He's going to be talking to us a little bit about his recent injury. And so first we'll start with where did it happen and how did it happen?
Well, I was in a national tournament over in Dayton, Ohio. I was really looking forward to pulling. I thought I was going to do a great job. And my old buddy, Rob Mobley, he's a long time ago, Kentucky muscle. He my first year in the sport, he beat me. About a year later, he was ranked number 6 in the Midwest. I came back. I beat him 3-0 in a super match. And he's been wanting revenge on me forever. He actually messaged me privately and says, "Hey, you pull nationals?" I says, "Yeah." So he was looking forward to pulling me. And I pulled him. Honestly, I pulled him kind of stupidly. The dude's got a tremendous amount of side pressure, like a tremendous. And that's kind of like my kryptonite is side pressure dudes. Like, really, there ain't too many guys that have ever beat me going back, Like, they're trying to go on back. It's usually my game. But, like, anybody who has a nice side hit pulls me out of my game, right? So what I was trying to do was, like, I had both feet under the table. And I wanted to come with a low hand top roll. Figured he's going to hook, so I'd probably block his hook. And I come more straight back. Well, when I came to go straight back, he was strong and fast on the go with me. And I ended up like this. So I can get a picture there. Yeah, there you go. So I was kind of like, I was down because, when I was going down, I went down. So you see people in the comments, which are stupid comments. They're like, "Oh, you put yourself in stupid situations and stupid shit happens," right?
Yeah.
Well, dude, I didn't want to end up over there. Like, my lane isn't going into the King's move, okay? It's not where I wanted to go. People who pull with a lot of back pressure get pulled to the side. If I'm going down hard with my hip and he opens me up to the side, I mean, that's kind of what happens. If I'm going side back, he's going side, you end up separated.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Devin Lard. Last match, he was in that position 1,000 times. Look at Michael Todd. Same thing, right? So a lot of dudes end up there. So I was in this position, and I pronated my hand. And it was kind of weird because when I was sitting there, I was like, honestly, I'm holding him pretty easy here. I was kind of shocked. I got a nice position. And I was thinking in my head, like, Michael Todd does this, Devin Lard does this. I can see why they like this. I was comfortable.
Yeah.
Well, Rob goes to go into a press. And then when he went to go for a press, he engaged in more strength. So I went to try to really come out of it. And when I really try to pull, my bicep come off my forearm and rolls up my arm.
Ooh.
And I have a YouTube channel. And if you go on there, if you haven't seen it already, it's a pretty vivid video where you can hear the thing rip. I mean, it's loud.
Yeah.
You watch it come off my bone.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and then I was like,
terrible.
Dude, I just popped my bicep. And then Rob Mobley was like, "No way." And the ref was like, "Oh, yeah." He's like, "It was complete here. I seen it."
Oh.
And then I didn't feel any pain or anything. So I came down to my fiance and I was like, she's like, "What happened?" I said, "We got to go." She's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Look at my arm." And my biceps all rolled up here like this.
Oh.
And then she's like, "Oh, my God, I didn't even know you were hurt." I'm like, "Yeah." So, that's how it went down. I don't think that people understand in arm wrestling, nobody wants to go in these weird positions. No one wants a freaking tore bicep. No one wants a broken arm.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think it could happen to anybody anytime. And I think what I had going against me was, if you follow me on Facebook, I took an in-body test a week before. I was at 3% body fat.
Yeah.
And I was 234 at 3% body fat, and I had to make 231. So I did cut a little water. So I think that, if you follow bodybuilding at all, dudes that are ready to do a show, they take it easy in the gym. They want to take a chance of tearing things.
Yeah.
I think I was so lean and dry, and the combination of being in a bad move, the two together was just, I was destined for some unfortunate events, and that's what happened to my arm.
Yeah, I saw your comment on Brandon Elsesser's picture of him all cut up, saying that's why you thought possibly you hurt it tore because of your low BMI for that.
Yeah, I honestly believe. I think it had a lot to do with it. I mean, look at the best arm wrestlers in the game, right? Like how many dudes are walking around 3% body fat? Like,
yeah,
I just don't think that it was a smart move. I felt good. Like I was healthy and I was actually still hitting PRs in the gym. Like I was really thinking I was going to do really well.
yeah.
And I was going to try to pull 220 in Michigan State. But like I'm already back to 250 and it's only been 5 weeks since that day. You know, and I'm still lean at 250 pounds. Like I still have abs. So it's like I was more looking like I was ready for a bodybuilding show than an arm wrestling tournament. I think that was a mistake.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm 2% body and 98% fat.
That's funny.
But
I mean,
do you
strength sport? I don't think it's. I mean, you think you want to be pound for pound the strongest guy, but there's something to do with a little bit of extra fat and cushion around the joints, a little water weight. Water protects you. You know what I mean? All that stuff protects your ligaments and joints.
Yeah.
And I think being dried out, it just didn't mix.
Do you take any specific like arm wrestling supplements like collagen or stuff that other guys are taking?
I take collagen 3 times a day with a powder, and I also take this glucosamine collagen supplement too. Also on top of that, I do fish oil twice a day. I take every precaution there is out there for like protecting my joints and ligaments.
Yeah. Cool. Now, do you have any advice for someone that possibly has the same injury leading up to, like surgery, or like, did you do anything special to like make the process easier or better? Or?
Well, I think as far as anything goes for anybody, right? Like I think I'm healing pretty fast. Like I don't know if you saw pictures. This thing here to me at this point in time, like it's a waste of time because like I can only straighten my arm to here and this thing goes to here. So I can't even straighten as far as they've got it to go.
Yeah.
But like you can see now that all my bruising is gone, right?
Oh yeah.
And you can see now too where the bicep is down here. If you looked at my picture I posted, my bicep was rolled up to here, way up to here. So I mean, I don't know if you can see both arms.
Yeah, it almost looks like, I mean, it's smaller, obviously, because you haven't been using it.
It's bigger than it's been, honestly. My right arm was way bigger than my left before. I was a pumpkin training guy. Yeah. But I mean, I don't think it's still pretty good size, right? I can't flex, so I'm not flexing right now. But that's just
it looks like they reattached it really well.
Really well. And I told him, Todd Hutchings has a video out there talking to Devin Lart, and he claims, like he swears by attaching your tendon lower to the bone, he's actually going to give you something. He says something like 10% more horsepower. Like, because your tendon's shorter now, and it's down lower. It's like you see my other bicep is higher up in the air. I feel like
a little bit, yeah.
So they do it lower. It's supposed to you're supposed to come back stronger. Some people say it's a blessing you tear your arm. I disagree. I don't think I ever want to go through this again.
Right.
But in our sport, it's crazy how many dudes tore their arm. Like, Ron Beth.
Yeah.
In 1993, he tore his right arm. And then he actually had surgery and didn't go as well as he planned. And he had nerve damage. He had to go back and get surgery again on his right. And look at that dude's right. Like he never beat John Brzezinski until after he tore his bicep.
Yeah.
And then sadly, 2 years ago, Ron Bath tore his left arm.
Yeah.
And then Todd Hutchings tore his right and left. Michael Todd tore his right. Devin Lart tore part of his right. I mean, only 2 to 3% of the population ever gets a distal bicep tear. And I just named off multiple dudes that we know personally that's got bicep tears from the distal tendon. A lot of guys like Larry Wheels tore the tendon up here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that actually, insurance does not fix that. That is considered cosmetic because you don't lose a lot of your strength. When you tear your distal tendon, it's the supination and pronation, especially supination is what they said you pretty much lose almost all of it. Wow. They said if I didn't fix it, it'd be hard to open a door handle.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that people are going to realize too, is like you watch videos of recovering. Like when I first had it done, I can only supinate like this. And now you can see I can almost supinate.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Pretty close.
Almost
there.
there.
I only had surgery. It's only been 4 weeks, so that's pretty good.
Yeah. So you'll know if this makes that arm stronger once you come back.
Yeah, I will.
You'll be like, hey, I'm 10% stronger.
But unfortunately, even though I feel like it's healing so good, the doctor was more concerned. He says they put a titanium button. What they did was they pulled up my body. They made that one incision right here. We can barely see it anymore.
Yeah.
Healing nicely.
Yeah.
One incision here. They pull up my bicep. They find the tendon. They pull it down. When he found my tendon, it wasn't very pretty, he said. Actually, I woke up from surgery, and my fiance was in the room, and she's like, I'm like, how'd it go? how'd it go? The doctor said it went well. And I was excited. And she's like, he said, you're not going to be happy with the results. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, what does that mean?
What do you mean? And she's like, well, that's what he told me. I'm like, well, I got to speak to doctors. The nurse comes in, and she's like, he's doing surgery. He can't talk. I said, well, I'm not leaving here until I want to know why I'm not happy. Did it not go well? I mean, is it not attached? I mean, so he came in and said, when I pulled up your bicep and got the tendon, your tendon was frayed. And that's a medical term for meaning shredded.
Yeah. So
he said he drew a picture and he had like lines going up. So not only did it come off across, it was frayed going up.
Yeah.
We had to suture that up, then tie it to a titanium button, drill a hole through my bone all the way to the other side.
Wow.
Push the button through, flip it over on the other side, and that's how it sits. Now, he said as far as the button goes, he promises me that thing's on there and it's strong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he said when you come back too fast, he says, I don't care how good you think you feel. He's like, that tendon was frayed, and that's weak. And he said, so where I sutured it, he's like, please take my advice for 3 months. Don't lift anything heavier than a cell phone.
Wow.
So I'm already done with 1 month. I got 2 more to go. But a bone takes 8 weeks to heal, and a tendon takes 12 weeks to heal. So that's why he said 3 months, because in 3 months, my tendon that he sutured should be healed.
Yeah.
And then I can start doing like light bands. And by 6 months, I should be good to like start pulling again, you know. Or
Wow. Yeah.
Now I'm going to Tijuana June 16th. So that is I had surgery, say April 11th. So it's April, let's say May, June. So 8 weeks, probably 9 weeks after I had my injury, I'm getting stem cells in my arm. I had stem cells in my wrist, and it works miracles. I mean, reason why I go to Tijuana, because instead of paying $5,000 a shot over here, I can pay $400 a shot over there.
Yeah.
And
it's probably a fresh fetus.
It's probably some guy. I talked to one of the guys over here, you know, the stem cell dude.
Yeah.
He's like, you don't know, it's not FDA regulated. I said, shoot, that's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm getting the good stuff in Tijuana.
Right.
But
you can pay a lot of airfare. You can pay a lot of airfare for that difference in price.
Oh, it's just fun. I'm taking my girl. They got amazing food over there. So it'll be like a little getaway, you know?
Yeah. That's cool though. So you said you've had stem cell done before and it worked wonders. So you think it definitely works.
I had a TFCC ligament partial tear, not a complete tear, partial tear.
Yep.
I went to orthopedic surgeon, and they did MRIs, all that good stuff. They said I barely had any cartilage left in my wrist. And he said that's what's causing me all the pain, because whenever I would turn my wrist, or especially come down, like, and I love it. When I top roll, I like to come down with my pinky and then roll.
Yeah.
Like that. And it would just grind, and it would cause me pain. I was weak. So he recommended, he says, if you can live life the way you are, he says, let's keep doing what you're doing, because all he can recommend was fusing my wrist together. And then there's no more heavy lifting or arm wrestling. So I just said no surgery. 5 years went by. Robert Baxter convinced me to go to Tijuana. I went over there, got stem cells. 4 months later, I started pulling. Within 6 months, I was number one in the state of Michigan at 242.
Wow.
So like, tell you, it works. It freaking works. I mean, I would have been back in the sport a long time ago. I would never have taken 5 years off watching all you guys have fun. And I'm over here depressed thinking, man, I should be out there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yep.
Well,
but then I come back for 3 years and get this shit. Like, I have no freaking luck.
Yeah, that sucks. Well, hey, hopefully the stem cell works on that too. I mean, that'd be awesome if it helps it heal faster so that you can get back quicker. And
that's why I said to the doc, I'm like, listen, if that, but he said, maybe it does work for you, but I still, no matter what, you're waiting those 3 months. He's like, because we don't know, we can't see.
Yeah.
So he's like, just do me a favor. He said he had a chiropractor guy, big, strong dude. And he says, you're going to feel better, you know, and you're going to want to like forget that your arm messed up. The guy was only 6 weeks after surgery, and he picked up a box at work and re-tore the freaking thing. So I don't want that to happen.
Yeah. Well, that's hopefully. I guess if you get the stem cells, at least you'll probably feel like it's coming along faster, and then just let it give it the time to heal. And
then when it does come back, I can start probably getting progression faster.
Yeah.
Yep. And stem cells can take the form of anything. So wherever they feel there's inflammation, they can go in there and start repairing stuff. Yep.
Do you have any advice for people that get that kind of injury on what to do immediately that might help?
My immediate thing I do is, like, first of all, it's mostly mental, right? Like, you got to stay positive. When I hurt my arm, like, I could have said, you know what, this is depressing. I give up. I'm going to eat pizza every day, chips, drink beer, sit down and watch TV. Well, I was in my freaking, if you saw on Facebook, I was in my medical socks still. And 19 hours after surgery, I was down here in my basement lifting weights. And my philosophy is, okay, I know my arm's going to get smaller, but like, I'm going to make the rest of my body stay the same or get better, right? Say if I lose 1 or 2 pounds of my arm, it's going to come back rather than losing 20 pounds of muscle throughout my whole entire body for not working out for 3 months.
Yeah.
So I say, get back to the gym. The doctor told me with that brace on, as long as you don't take the brace off and you don't lift with that arm, you can train everything. You can train your legs. You can train your other arm. It's fine. It's just don't mess with the other arm. And then science backs up this, that by training this left arm will help my right arm not lose muscle. And like you said, it doesn't look that bad.
No, not bad for not using it all that time. Yeah.
I haven't used it. I haven't used this arm in 5 weeks.
It looks good. Like where your biceps sitting, like it looks good. Yeah.
It's still sitting. And it's funny because, like I said, I can't even flex, but you can still see my shoulders still a little attached there. And you can still see some peak. Like, if I move my fingers, it's still, I'm allowed to squeeze my hand. This is physical therapy is what they got me do. Flexion of wrist this way and this way.
Yeah.
Up and down like this. Pronation, supination, and then with my in a hammer curl position, up and down with my range of motion.
Yeah.
And the last time I went there, it's the first time ever, she actually started to like open my arm. Like right now, this is about as far as I can open before I feel pain. But in reality, in arm wrestling, you see these guys, the best dudes in the sport, walk around with their arm bent like that all the time.
Yeah. You already have more flexion than like Devin Larratt does.
That's why I said.
Yeah.
I said, so probably a good thing too. I'll be extra tight, right?
Yeah. Nobody will be able to open you up. You can just sit there.
Just sit there. Oh, so far as my arm goes.
Yeah. For real.
So you're back another benefit.
You're back into gym lifting. Are you avoiding anywhere where there's an arm wrestling table because you find it too depressing, not being able to do anything? Or
I am. One of my friends, he's like they own a gym and they do TRT doctor, all these kind of things, and he wanted me to do something in June with an arm wrestling table, like referee and coach. Dude, I said, I don't want to be at an arm wrestling table. I says, it would be so hard to sit there and not try to pull. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it would bum me out. So I went to the East and West party. I watched everybody. I'm still loving the sport and watching it, but like, I just kind of like, and I watch it differently now. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw Michael Todd, remember he just had his bicep surgery?
Yeah.
When he got in that King's move, like I was cringing, like, oh my God, like what is he doing? You know what I mean? Because like,
yeah.
And I was pretty happy that his bicep hold up. I was like, man, that surgery worked.
Yeah.
Did you watch that match?
Yeah.
And he kept coming up with the press, boom, and you get him. I was like, dude, Michael Todd's crazy.
The point is, I won't be seeing you at Michigan State signing autographs. So,
if I don't have my daughter that day, because I have my daughter, like I got her 50%. So I got 1 week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, next week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I mean, if I don't have my daughter, like I might come up and just hang out. It's only a 2-hour drive.
That's cool.
If I have my daughter, though, I'm not gonna. make her suffer for watching 6 hours of arm wrestling. You know,
Yeah.
2-hour drive there, 2-hour drive back.
So the initial injury, was it like painful?
It's weird to say. Like when he did it to me, when it popped, it was more like I was strapped to the dude for one, so I couldn't let go.
Yeah.
And I heard the noise, and I saw my arm, and I just knew in my head more like it was like, oh my God, like, you know, this is going to change my life for a while. Like, this freaking sucks. As far as pain goes, like, I mean, I can handle pain pretty good. I just feel like it was like, I don't know, maybe a level 4. Pain was like a level 4 out of 10.
Yeah.
And I know it never really went past the 4. Like, I never lost sleep because of my arm. I didn't take any painkillers. They prescribed me Percocets. I didn't touch them. I didn't take an Advil. I didn't take a Tylenol. I took nothing.
Wow.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And like, I would just, it was more annoying. Like the first week, I couldn't even touch my armpit. So like, I couldn't, like, how are you supposed to wash? You can't brush your teeth.
Yeah.
You know, you can't eat. I started eating with my right arm about 3 or 4 days ago and it was funny when I first tried. I had to keep I tried to. Oh, that hurt because you actually sleep in it and you do this. So
right.
I was going to my thing, and then like now I'm able to like turn it. So even like 3 or 4 days, my supination has gotten a lot better. 3 or 4 days.
That's good.
So you know, it's starting to really.
You're even getting some PT while you're eating.
That's what I told my physical therapist, that you know you have me doing these things. So I said I feel like eating is physical therapy, right? So I'm purposely eating with my right arm, you know, and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's remarkable what you cannot do with only one hand. I mean, when I broke my arm some years back, I made the mistake of making a comment on Facebook that, have you ever tried to peel a cucumber with one hand? And of course, that led all sorts of cucumber jokes, but as you can imagine. But yeah, it's if you can't do anything with it at all, it's it's remarkable.
Even with your eating with your left arm, like you say you got a little bit of food left, you try to push it out. Mm-hmm. Like the plate moves, right? Or the bowl moves. So you want to like hold it with your other arm, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's now I'm doing a lot more because like you can see, like I pick up my phone now and stuff and my right arm, and I pick up lighter things. But trust me, that first 2 weeks, you don't pick up anything. Like,
right.
I mean,
Like, yeah.
It really was not that it was so painful, but it didn't really, your hand was so stiff and you couldn't turn your hand at all. And you didn't, you know, it was miserable. And this thing here, by the way, see now how it moves?
Yeah.
It was locked like this. So you didn't move.
Yeah.
And then they didn't do this till last week. And next week, it's almost perfectly straight. Next week, this is it. Thursday of next week, I retire. This is done.
Oh, nice.
This is over with. Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so that's because. So I wore it for a total of it'd be 5 weeks total. I had to wear that thing 5 weeks, and I saw a lot of other guys when they had a broken their arm, they had to wear like a cast.
Yeah.
Like Amos or Rich Calero.
Yeah.
And they said they took the cast off. They said and looked at their arm and. Like awesome. They couldn't believe how bad it shrank, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like it was kind of cool. This doctor never put the cast on me. There was never a cast. This is all I had from day one.
Wow.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's probably more comfortable.
Yeah, he was the second surgeon. He's a surgeon for the Lions. My doctor sent me to a surgeon who had a higher rating, and then he said he never done a forearm as big as mine before. And he said, that's what he said, all the veins and nerves, he said, he don't want to touch it. And he said, this Kyle Anderson guy specializes in biceps. So he sent me over there. And what's amazing was I saw that doctor on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
He had me in surgery with the other doctor on a Thursday. How cool is that?
Wow.
Yeah, he said, we're awesome. Really good friends. And I'm telling you, this is who I want you to see.
That's great.
Yep. So he's highly recommended.
Usually doesn't go that quickly.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even see him. He called me with a Zoom.
Oh, nice.
I didn't even saw him in person before I got surgery. He called me in a Zoom and he saw my MRI and see you in the morning tomorrow, 9 a.m.
That's awesome. Yeah.
You got like a 2 week window.
Yeah.
And then after 2 weeks, the surgery gets more and more complicated.
Okay. Is that because it starts to like heal up on its own in a weird way, or?
Well, the bicep deteriorates fast.
Yeah.
And then your tendon keeps on, mine was high up the bone anyways. So it keeps on rising and rising and rising. And then sometimes I have to take a cadaver tendon to reattach it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So like, you don't want to wait.
So the quicker they reattach it, the better.
Yeah. He said of all the bad things I had going on, he said the only good thing I had, it was 6 days after it happened.
Nice. Well, that's good.
He said mine was probably, he's been doing this for 20 years, and mine was the top 5 worst he's ever seen in his life.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when you recover and you come back, do you want to run it back with this guy that it tore on, or do you want to say fuck that guy for a while?
I don't know. I better get some side pressure, right? I better.
Yeah.
But I hear when you tear your bicep, that's what gets strong is side pressure. That was my only weakness I had.
Yeah. Maybe now you'll come back and you'll have the fucking side pressure to go with it.
I have the side to go with my back and pronation. Like everybody knew I had good pronation and back pressure. My freaking
that's
side
gonna be
pressure.
interesting to see if that's like true.
Yeah.
Now you'll know for sure yourself, like if that's true. And
yeah, but I'm gonna take it easy in the beginning because like I'm gonna do I haven't done this training in a while. I've trained arm wrestling specific, is how I always train. But to start off, I'm gonna do like full range, and I'm gonna do like a bodybuilding style training.
Yeah.
With lighter weight, better form. Before like I start doing like some crazy concentric hold with 90 pounds of my max. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it slow, work that muscle. And I want to get the size back before I want the size. I miss having the big arm,
Yeah. Well, that's cool. And, thank you so much. Like, I know I reached out to you like shortly after it happened and you were glad to come on. So, I want to say thanks because a lot of people, we do one of our podcasts called Arm Wrestling Science. And we talk about stuff like that with like a doctor or an expert in that field. So it'll be cool to bring this up when we do those episodes to get the feedback from like the experts.
And also, like, if anybody wants to see, like, I hope this happens, of course, to no one else. I hope no one else has his injury, but
right.
I'm gonna like anytime there's a landmark thing that happens to me, I'm gonna make a YouTube video. So I did a YouTube video the first week explaining. Then I did a YouTube video on the third week talking about PT and stuff. I see my doctor again in May 24th. So that'll be 6 weeks after surgery. And I'm gonna say what he says, and I'm gonna keep on saying like as progress goes on, what's happening, what's changing, what to expect. Like I really cannot wait until they say I can touch the weights again. Like I cannot wait.
Yeah. Well, cool. We'll definitely be keeping an eye out for that, and maybe we'll wait like a little while to see what happens and have you back on to update.
Sure. I mean, I'm always down. I mean, if I've been helping people out and they're getting some valuable information, like that's great. Like I said, so far, all I can say is eat proper nutrition, stay active, and stay positive. I think that's the only 3 things you really can do. All those things are proven to help you heal,
Yeah.
Oh, and get good sleep. That's important too.
Yeah, I would imagine. Here's our production manager, Johnny.
What's up, boys? Glad I could make it.
Yeah, thanks for coming. But yes, I would imagine too, like the guys that get really depressed about their injuries, it probably slows down the healing some too by just not mentally being
100%. Like there's, like how your brain thinks, right? Like it helps you heal, helps you get stronger. Like if you look at a weight and say, "Oh, I know I can't do this," or look at a guy you're going to arm wrestle, "I know I can't win." You're already losing, right? You always got to think you can. Think positive. That's
right.
Important for everything in life, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. Well, hey, we look forward to seeing you come back and watching this process of yours. Johnny, do you have any questions since you came late?
Just getting home from work. Dave, hey, nice to meet you. Well, actually, I saw you at Keystones.
That was a horrible day for me.
Yeah. Was Aiello there? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, Yellow was there.
Yeah, Sean was there.
I learned a lesson there too that I recommend no arm wrestlers ever do. I drove 9 hours straight without eating or drinking.
Oh no!
Because I had to make weight, and then it was like 100 freaking degrees outside, and we were outside, and I was sweating the whole time. So I was like, I mean, man, and it was 2 weeks after I kind of hurt my inner arm pulling Roger at Michigan State, and I was just unbelievably weak. Then I drove straight home, so that was 18 hours of driving for the horrible performance. I tell anybody, I recommend if you're gonna drive more than like 3 or 4 hours, go get a hotel, stay the night,
rest,
pull in the morning. I mean, don't drive 9 hours and pull. That was stupid.
Man, yeah, I didn't know that you were coming on that kind of energy. That's rough, man.
It's horrible.
So you felt that immediately translate to your time on the table then?
Yeah, I just couldn't believe how weak I felt that day. I mean, when I after pulled, like I'm usually like really strong, like as a practice champion, right? I'm really, really strong on the practice table. Like, man, I was getting pinned by everybody. I'm like, what is wrong with me?
Now, I do have the video here if you want to like go over your match and kind of play by play it.
Sure. Let's watch the bicep pop. Why not?
Yeah, if you want to relive the trauma, that's up to you.
I hate watching it.
Yeah, chat. I don't know. Should we? Should we not? I don't know.
Go ahead.
Put it up there.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. All right.
Oh.
Here we go. So yeah, pause this anytime.
Don't move. Stop. Movement. Rest grip. Ready, go! You're good.
All right. What's your thought process after that?
My thought process is as I pulled Rob before, and I was like, should I switch my style and go a little more side? Because if he gets that side pressure, he's in a bad position. But I love going that way. The other part was like, just go with the main movement. Just go with the main movement. That's what I did. And that's what I ended up having here.
Here, we're going down with you first. Ready, go!
Oh man, yeah, and you could hear it too.
Oh.
You could hear it too.
Yep.
Yeah, that was rough.
My thought process right there, believe it or not, I was kind of surprised how easy I felt, like comfortable. Like I was holding him without much effort there.
But just once you got extended, it was just game over.
Well, I felt like I was starting to come up on his hand was going back a little bit.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to get higher on his fingers. And then when he went to press, I felt something in my forearm right here. I felt my forearm. And I was thinking about letting myself drop because I felt like pain. That was almost weak. And then I just warrior hung in there. And look, I'm not the table. My shoulders above. I wasn't like an open hand top rope.
Mm-hmm.
That's a common move.
Yeah.
He's pressing now. And
yeah, you can see he starts applying pressure down.
Yep. God. I wish I would have let go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Terrible.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's the point right there. You can see.
Look at that thing.
There you go, everybody. That's the point you don't want to be or let go at, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I never watched it in motion before. Wild.
Okay. Yeah, there's like two little arrow keys like that look like this on YouTube that you can go frame by frame.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Oh man.
See, when he pinned me, it wasn't because I wasn't still in the match. I mean, like I honestly felt I could have hung him as long as I wanted, and then that's when it came out. When I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're on the road to recovery, man. For sure. They say a break is better than a tear. Would you agree?
100%. Bone takes to heal. Tendon, ligament takes 12 weeks. So, but I guess it depends on what kind of break, right? Like if it was just like I fell off my bike and I broke my arm, right? It's probably not that big of a deal. But the arm wrestling spiral fracture, like Zura had, they have to get that freaking rod in your arm, right? Like, I don't know. I think I'd rather have what I have than that. So I guess it depends on what kind of break you got. How many guys have come back with that rod in their arm?
Well, it depends on what you mean by coming back with the rod in your arm. I mean, I have the rod in my arm, but of course I sucked before. I still suck now. So, that really is called coming back. And I'll tell you, I don't feel it at all. People say, don't you feel that? Or when the weather changes, and absolutely not. I wouldn't know it was there. But no, you have to pardon me for not watching there. I was actually in the room when it happened. I was back in the cheap seat, so I didn't see it happen. But I know those that were up closer and did see it happen were saying, "Oh my God, it looked awful." So I basically kind of averted my eyes here too. But the point I want to make though is it's remarkable, as awful as it was, at the speed at which you are coming back.
Yeah, I'm happy too, because it's more than anything, it's mentally depressing, right? Like, that's why I say I gotta stay positive. Like, I felt like I was just back in the game. June would have been 3 years back, so I almost made it 3 years. I was making good progress, and I was having so much fun. And now look at, man, someone had different plans for me and put me in a hole. And then the problem with that too is my age, right? I'll be 48 years old in July, so it's like I'm not 25 or 26. It's like I'm almost freaking 50, right? So like it's kind of depressing for me, like to like have this my second injury and a major one like this. Mentally hurts me. And like I said, when I watch a match now and I see people in the position I was in, like I'm like nervous for them, where before I never was. Like I've been there 1,000 times,
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of like, if I pull again, am I going to be able to pull again like that, or am I going to be too nervous to pull like that, or like I don't want to go through this again. I mean,
right.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I broke mine at age 66, and of course we're in very different leagues. But when I did, I had been told that Dave Shay, who had broken his arm, came back far better. At least I was told before he broke his arm, he sucked.
He does not have a rod though.
No. Well, but before he broke his, this is true. But the point is that he's coming back. You're talking about coming back from something that he basically, they said before he broke his arm, he was not nearly as good as afterwards. And I said to the person that told me this, I wonder why that's so. Was it he was more motivated or whatever? And they said, well, we'll ask him. Well, instead of asking him, they basically sent a note to Dave and said, hey, you're going to be hearing from Dave Shay some questions. And so I sent him pictures of my x-rays and I got a very lengthy, very gracious reply back from him as to what his situation was. And he said, to be honest with you, when it broke, he said he just worked on the other arm. Broke the one arm, he worked on the other. And he said, first year or two, I was nervous, that something was going to go again. But he said, after that, he was no problem. So
I'll say about Dave Shay, that is one modest champion. That guy, he's such a humble guy.
Yeah.
I've been to his house. I've trained with him before. I spoke to him many times, even before I was even well known. And he always treated me very well. And like you said, I'm not surprised he gave you that long response. He's just a good dude, man. That's a really, really good guy. Yeah,
this was the fall of 2017 when I really wasn't into it that much with knowing the international names. But at that time, he was pretty much in his weight class considered number 2 in the world, only because number 1 was ducking him. And who was I? I mean, I had started 4 or 5 months earlier, and some schmuck from Eastern Pennsylvania that had just been in a couple of months, and as I said, got a very lengthy, very gracious, detailed reply from him. And
that's amazing. Now he's got nerve pain in his neck, right, and it comes down, so it's affecting him. And I really hope it heals up. And I tell you, nerves are scary things, man. Scary, scary stuff.
Yeah. Well, hey, hopefully your recovery from this point forward goes really well. And like I said, I look forward to seeing when you do make a comeback, if all the rumors are true. You know, it's going to be fun.
Stronger.
Yeah. Let's see. You can prove or disprove some of the rumors.
In the meantime, I'm looking forward to watching like people like Michael Todd, and seeing where he goes from here, right? Like,
yeah,
I think he's 2 years older than me, maybe. I think he's 50, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of curious to see what he can do, but somehow, some way, it's an old man sport. Like a lot of those old dudes are strong. So.
Well, and I think it's remarkable. Before we went live, you were talking about your profession and told us that you had been a elementary school gym teacher and now got your master's and are in, you're going to be teaching special ed. And Dave Shubich, also elementary school gym teacher. And it's just, it's remarkable. Everybody thinks we're truck drivers.
Yeah, I know.
Because of the movie. And we do have a wide variety of people in, different white collar.
If you see in my basement, I mean that movie is on my wall right there. You see it?
Nice.
That's the classic, man. I mean, that was part of the reason why I am an arm wrestler, honestly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'd imagine a lot of people in our age group got into arm wrestling from watching that movie.
After I watched that movie, I was in the cafeteria. Everybody, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Put the hat on backwards.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Shit. Probably a lot of people became truck drivers because of that movie.
That movie was awesome. I made my poor daughter watch it. She liked it though.
Nice. Yeah, it's a good movie.
Definitely.
I'm still waiting for them to come out with part 2.
Who's going to play it? I mean,
right.
You got all kinds of.
He would try to play it again, just like he's doing all the Rocky movies.
Oh my God! Can you imagine?
Like he's going to be doing a Rocky movie when he's in a wheelchair.
70, maybe 80 years old, taking on Bo Hurley one more time.
Yeah.
They could use Vladimir. Vladimir could be Bo Hurley.
There we go. He's working on his recovery too right now.
Yeah.
Well, I hope he gets better. He's close to my age too, I think.
Yeah, he's kicking ass though. He's working hard to get back.
That's awesome. That's good. That's never give up, right? Keep on going forward.
Yep. Well, I'll check back in with you in a few months or something, and we'll see where you're at. I know you said you're going to post some videos, so I'll keep track. And when you hit a milestone or something, maybe we'll have you come on and talk about it.
I appreciate that. Well, you guys, thanks for having me on the show. It was a pleasure. And
thanks for coming, man.
No, you guys have a great day, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, Dave.
Bye.
See you, Dave.
Bye now.
What a sweetheart.
Yeah, and we won't even say fuck that guy.
Yeah, we won't even say fuck that guy this time.
Yeah.
What a sweet man. But that's cool to hear his take on things and how, just something as simple as staying positive, how important that is when you have an injury. Look, we don't even have to say fuck that guy because the entire usual suspects are saying it for us.
Yeah, and it was interesting that what he put into it as far as the water the water level, dehydration, and so forth, because that was generally the speculation that I had been hearing that as a contributing factor, from trying to cut the weight. So yes,
his energy seemed really good, but he being honest with us about how depressing it is. So it's I can't imagine where he's at mentally, but the fact that he's pushing through it is awesome.
And
especially having to be out of it for several years, and then coming back in and thinking, okay, here I have my second lease on life or lease on the sport, and then go off the rails again.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we have Mike Oliva coming on from Florida. He's teaming up with Flo Arm Combat. So we're gonna ask him a little bit about that and what's going on with that. So that's pretty cool. For those of you that maybe don't know him, he is Sarah Bachman's husband, and he'll be on here soon talking to us a little bit about Flo Arm Combat and how he got involved with those guys, with Brandon Morris and those fellas down there.
I was just going to say that has to be one of the most active states for a number of the number of events they have in a year. I mean, Texas, Florida, and Ohio, I think, have more, more events.
Well, Florida tries to do one every month so that they're consistently every month, and they just do them in, different areas, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Which I think it's something we should do, just spread out a little. Because if we did one further north and one further south, they could be a month apart, and it would be a whole different crowd of people coming anyway. But that's cool of Dave Shay to come on and share his experience with us. That video, though, man, is that?
Yeah,
I hate seeing injuries like that.
Yeah, it's tough to watch.
I didn't watch it at all. Sorry, maybe that's not be a wuss, but like I say, I was there in Dayton, and those that could see it like, but a
lot of guys probably went home and masturbated to it.
Oh my God.
But seriously though, like, if it's a stranger, like, I can watch someone get decapitated, no problem. I don't care. But like when arm wrestlers get injured, I'm like, oh, I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
Because I think like, oh, that could happen to me. Like, I don't want that happening to me, man. Fuck.
I'm curious. I'm curious if Chat's ever.
I'm not even strong enough to tear a bicep on myself, dude. I get pinned long before anything's dangerous. Like, I'm not gonna get an arm break. Nothing. No tears. The worst injury I have is to the back of my hand slamming the pad so hard. Like some chafing, And
that's even without thumbtacks.
There he is.
What's up?
Yo,
what's going on, man?
Let's go.
Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Mikey Oliva. What's going on, man?
Oliva.
Johnny.
Oliva, brother.
Oh, Oliva, thank you.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
So, how the hell did you get involved with Flo Arm Combat?
Yeah, okay.
Because you were just with FAL, right?
That's correct. That is correct.
All right. So, look, if there's stuff you don't want to talk about, just tell us to shut up.
I'd never tell you to shut up. So here's what I'll say. I definitely love promoting. I have a promoting background. I've done bodybuilding shows in the past. Obviously, my wife, being Sarah Backman, brought me into arm wrestling about 4 years ago. It was only a matter of time before I started promoting. So I got involved with FAL. Great organization. I love what they're doing. But I got to be honest, I've competed in both now, and I think Flo Arm is more my style.
Gotcha.
Nothing against FAL. I'll still continue to do their events. I love Chance and all the people over there, Dylan. But Flo Arm is definitely more my style. It's more of a hangout. It's more fun, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I definitely noticed that. Like, the energy of the is different. The energy at the events are different. So that counts for a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's cool. FAL's pushing the whole professionalism, and I definitely think, there's an area for that. But I think a lot of us arm wrestlers also enjoy the fun aspect of it. Maybe some of us enjoy being in bars and hanging out, and the camaraderie that comes with it. We see it as both a hobby and passion as well as a sport. So I think there's room for both of us.
Right. So let me ask you this, just in case some of our people watching don't know. What's the difference with the rules at Flo Arm Combat compared to most other organizations?
Yeah, so here's what I'll say about that. One of the stipulations for me getting involved, we're actually going to be changing that format. We're not going to do away with it completely. One of the ideas that me and Brandon had talked about was getting away from just a set standard of double elimination. With Flo Arm, they do their straight to a strap, super match format. I think we need to do more of everything. I think we should throw some round robins in. The super match format's cool. Personally, I'm not a fan of starting in straps, so we're going to probably steer away from that a little bit. But I think the biggest key is we want to make it fun. Double elimination every time, it gets boring.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's cool to see people trying new things, because one of the guys, Paul Maiden from Arm Gods, what he, the way he put it was, all these promoters that have been doing this for 30 years and it hasn't like blown up. There's got to be a reason. So why not try new things? You know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You might come across the new thing that blows it up. Who knows?
Yeah.
Because everybody puts on these tournaments and does these live feeds for arm wrestlers because fans don't know what's going on. They don't know the rules. So all these like fucking pay-per-views are for us, not new fans, because nobody wants to watch a ref stop a match that doesn't know why he's stopping it, and it's confusing. So we have to find a way to make it exciting for the general population before it's ever going to blow up.
Agreed.
So I like that you guys are trying new things, and guys like Arm Gods trying to push the limits, like with their tag match or their electric shock matches that are coming. Like, I know the old school guys hate that shit, but I'm like, hey, if you don't like it, just don't watch it. It's that easy, you know? But definitely like what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
So that's going to be cool to see you guys teamed up.
Yeah. Brandon's awesome, man. He's got a lot of great ideas. I think what Brandon lacks, I'll fill in. I think we're going to make a great team. I definitely would say stay tuned for what we got going on in Florida. It's going to be a spectacle.
Yeah. Now, do you and Sarah, like when you have an argument, do you settle it on the table?
If I want to win the argument, that would probably be a no.
Yeah. When she got you into the sport, was she kicking your ass?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you do a little better now?
I do better now. Yeah. My right's trash, or my right is pretty decent. My left is trash. Like inside of straps, she's a fucking monster.
That's too funny. That's awesome though. Yeah, I was watching the podcast when you guys were talking about all of this, and I was like, oh, let's get him on the podcast so we can hear a little more detail about how this came to be.
Heck yeah. So you saw the podcast and you saw that we're doing the Sarah Backman Classic.
Yep.
August 3rd. That's going to be sick. We're going to do some cash prizes. It should bring in some big names too. Obviously it's a very special event to me. I love, highlighting my wife. She deserves a ton of recognition.
Absolutely.
As far as female arm wrestling, she's top 4 in the world. So that's awesome, to have a mentor of that caliber sleep next to me every night.
For real, dude. Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, you can say that again.
So when is that again?
August 3rd.
August
3rd. Mm-hmm. Nice. Yeah, in Orlando, Florida. We actually got Harley as a sponsor, which is fucking sick. It just shows, the sport's growing to the point where, we're getting Harley's attention.
Yeah. Dude, it's weird because we throw a Winter Blast up here and we just did it and it was like one of the biggest tournaments in the country. And now sponsors are hitting us up.
How cool.
That's cool as shit, dude.
Yeah.
But Brandon was joking around that we should collab and do a Summer Blast down there in Florida.
I'm 100% down for that.
Maybe we could do something like that in the future.
Yeah, I'd love it.
That'd be cool as hell.
That's dope.
Well, he did say he was going to try to steal the name, and I was like, you better not. So make sure you keep him in check.
Yeah. I'll do my best.
Yeah. So what's coming up in the future for you guys? Like, I know FAL does pretty much like a tournament almost every month. Are you guys going to try to do more tournaments?
So they were doing a tournament every month. I think they started to realize it's a little oversaturated. I believe they only have maybe 3 more tournaments this year, maybe 4.
Gotcha. Yeah.
The hope is we're going to continue pushing tournaments, but with us having the different styles at each tournament, I don't think it's still going to have that same feeling of being oversaturated.
Yeah.
With the different styles. We have an event we're working on. We're going to do a team event, teams of 5. Total weight's going to be 1,000 pounds for the team. You put your team together however you see fit. You want to, put a bunch of heavyweights in there, middleweight guys. Again, it's just going to add another aspect to the sport. It'll be fun.
It's cool.
Team.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to try to do something funny and do like 5-on-5 like that, but you can tag out. You can tag someone in. So anytime the ref stops it, you can tag in a teammate. Just for fun, like a video, just for fun. But But I like that you guys are looking at doing new things like that. Like that's what this sport needs.
Yeah, I agree.
For sure. Are you guys going to become an East versus West qualifier?
All right, so that's a hot topic right now. I'm just going to officially say no.
Hey, us either.
In the days to come, there might be some reasons
You never know.
why.
Yeah.
But for now, it's a little it's a little dicey.
Yeah.
Well, like Brian said, sponsors are reaching out to us, but so are other people, because of the size of the event.
Yeah, Ingen doesn't like us right now.
Yeah.
I talk about his eyebrows a lot.
Oh
well, what are you going to do? It, not everybody's going to like what you're doing.
yeah. And in all honesty, I'll be honest with you. I mean, Ingen obviously deserves credit for what he's done and what he's done for the sport. But at the same time, I think the guys over at High Five are setting the bar ridiculously high. I love what they did with their care packages for their athletes. Me and Brandon had talked about following suit, doing something similar, for our guys.
Yeah.
I
Their
love
production level.
Absolutely.
Their production level blows East versus West out of the wall.
I agree. It's only a matter of time before they get to the level of East versus West, or the popularity rather, not the level.
I've been to every single one, and they get better every freaking time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, you go there and you see their production crew, and it's like, it looks like you're in a fucking movie set or something. Like those guys are doing it like full on crazy.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
And I'm sure that's on a budget. That's on a budget too. I mean, I can only imagine once money starts coming in, you're going to see that production value go up tenfold.
Yeah. See, they're fortunate because one of their teammates owns that production company.
Oh,
so
wow.
So they're probably getting a killer deal, and like it's all in-house. Like they're crushing it.
How cool.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, we've gone to every one. We're going to the one tomorrow. But yeah, you guys should try to come up to one sometime and see it live. Yeah.
I want to get involved, even if it's as a sponsorship. So a little more backstory on me too. I own a couple of gyms, a little fitness brand, Pro Gear gyms, Pro Gear apparel. So we're definitely big on sponsoring. I would love to help them out financially. And man, I want to learn. So, whatever they're doing, obviously it's top notch. I'm sure I could pick up some stuff from them, so I'd be happy to lend a hand in anything they needed.
And they're both great guys too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit, you could probably get a match there.
Hey, you never know.
Hey.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about my arm wrestling, man. So that's another thing too. This year I decided to go full force into it. I've left the bodybuilding stuff completely behind. Sarah makes fun of me all the time now. She's like, "You want to do a bodybuilding workout?"
Like,
I'm like, "Nah, wrist. Let's train wrist."
Wrist. That's so good. Nah, wrist. It's awesome.
Funny. Oh, we got a super chat. Oh, let's see. Ryan, that dipshit will. Oh God. And Knuckles. Thanks 98 for sponsoring ship today. Is 98% sponsoring Knuckles Up and gay rights, pro-Palestine protests, open borders, left-handed arm wrestling, and flat theory.
Flat Earth theory.
Flat Earth theory.
You had me until the left-handed arm wrestling.
Thank you for the super chat.
We think, we're not sure, but
anyway.
Thank you, White Wolf.
I should have read that one first.
Yeah, maybe screen them before we throw them up. But Mikey, as someone who's been pulling in Jersey most of his life, not really familiar with FAL and FAC, what's like the major differences of like what made you break apart? Is it the rules? Is it the vibe? Like, is it goals?
Yeah, I mean, in a nutshell, what I would say is I wasn't having fun promoting, and I have such a passion for promoting that I recognized that was a problem. I hate to even say I almost wrote off Flo Arm Combat when they first came around. I know Brandon for a long time, but I was leaning more towards the professional side of things. And I think that comes from, my wife's background and treating it as a sport. And then after going to one of Brandon's events, King of Florida, I saw a huge difference between the way it was ran, the participation, the audience, just the whole flow of everything. It was fun. It was really fun again. And that's really what made me want to jump on board and, help Brandon push, this thing a little further.
That's awesome. Is there anything that stuck out that once you saw that was really apparent for why it wasn't fun before? Like what was things holding it back? To maybe help others not fall into the same pitfalls or,
Yeah.
Or is it just a personal thing?
No, yeah, I mean there's some personal things too, but I think when it gets to a point where you start pushing rules too hard, I think it takes some of the fun out of it, and a lot of these guys, I mean, almost all of these guys have full-time jobs, for them to do hard cuts down to the exact pound, it takes a lot. The FAL events seem to be getting longer and longer. I think that was a big problem too. Guys were there for 8 hours. As a commentator, I hate to say it, but by the time I'm 6 hours in, it's really hard to put enthusiasm into the audience because I'm burnt out myself.
Yeah. So what exactly is your role going to be in Flo Arm?
Yeah, so we're 50-50 partners. We're gonna divvy up stuff 50-50. Brandon obviously knows what he's doing. He has great ideas. So I'm gonna rely on him a lot for the idea side of things. I run a few successful businesses, so I think I can bring a little more to the business aspect of things. I think we're both great personalities. We're tatted and loud and raspy voices.
Nice.
So I think it's a great partnership all around.
How much would it take for us to have you move up here and join 98?
I come visit anytime. I don't know about moving out of Florida though, man. It's my home over here.
Can get chilly up here.
Yeah.
I'd spent some time down in Orlando. It's nice for sure.
Yeah.
But
yeah. If you guys are ever in town, man, definitely
Sweet.
come hang
Well, I
out.
definitely want to make it down to a tournament once just to
that would be
visit
awesome.
and check it out. So
Absolutely.
maybe you guys can come
it's
to one of
variable. It's variable. I was running the car air conditioner yesterday and the car heater today.
them. Yeah.
Nice.
We got to get you guys. We almost got Brandon to come up to Winter Blast when Artem came up
Yeah.
a couple of years ago, but they had that little argument, so
Yeah.
they had that little tiff for a while where they weren't talking. So they're okay now, though. Whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, so that's cool, man. Seeing partnerships like that is great to see. Like, we're willing to work with anyone and stuff, and I hate seeing like these problems and drama and stuff. Like, we have people that we just don't get, whatever, we don't see eye to eye, but we still promote them even though they hate us. It's not about the promoters, it's about the arm wrestlers. So giving people more options to pull is never a bad thing. So we still promote guys that hate us or whatever, just to give, because all the, especially with Corey Miller's thing going on, like, everybody should get the points. No matter where they pull, go get those points.
Yeah.
So we always promote anybody. So, but love what you guys are doing down there. And I see, Brandon did some stuff in Puerto Rico. That was pretty cool too.
Yeah. He's got a little league over there, man. Prior to me getting involved, he would fly athletes over there. We've even flown athletes from there over to here. I think it's a great partnership there. Puerto Rico's beautiful too. So, and what local guy doesn't want to win a trip to Puerto Rico for a super match?
Absolutely.
That's cool. Makes us feel like a Sarah Backman.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's why, like, we try to team up with like other good leagues and stuff, like like Knuckles Up, Arm Gods. We're good with Arm Gods, and Arm Gods is actually coming to the next Winter Blast, and they're doing their super matches Friday and Sunday, and then we're doing Winter Blast Saturday. So it's going to be like a whole weekend of craziness.
Cool.
So that's going to be pretty cool. But I've talked to Arm Gods and Knuckles Up and stuff like that, and they're talking about like having people that win Winter Blast maybe get an opportunity to have a super match at their things. So it kind of like ties us all together. But it'd be cool. Maybe we can collab on something like that or do something fun, north versus south on the East Coast.
I love it.
If you guys come out with merch that says "Make arm wrestling fun again," I'll wear it. So
I've actually said that a few times, not as merch, but I have said "Make arm wrestling fun again."
I could see that on a shirt, bro.
It fits, man. It fits.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone will come out with it, dude.
Yeah, especially now.
I saw someone with "Make arm wrestling great again," and it was just like a Trump MAGA shirt.
Yeah.
It's like, that's cool. Plus, you guys got tons of merch too.
Oh yeah.
We actually use the same merch guy as you guys for some of the shirts.
Oh nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually just talking to him today, and he mentioned you
Oh,
guys.
dude, he's relentless. That
Yeah.
fucking will message you like 200 times a day asking if you're ready to order. And it's like,
absolutely.
oh, I just got my order yesterday. Chill out.
And he's always good for some like cool AI photos for free too. And
Dude, he did some weird ones of my daughter, and I was like, bro, what are you doing? Like, calm down. Like the fucking AI that makes like the picture like sexy. My daughter's 4 years old, dude, and he's like making her look sexy, and I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Relax. Like
Relax.
But his stuff is great. So
yeah.
Those shirts, like the league shirts, are nice. The like the dry fit ones come out really nice. So, but yeah, that's pretty cool. You know what's funny is I was looking for a shirt guy, and Brandon wouldn't tell me who he was using, and then that guy hit me up out of nowhere and was like, "Hey, I do shirts," and I was like, "Do you have a sample?" And it was your shirt as the sample, and I was like, "Oh shit, I found the guy." So it kind of was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah. So what? Anything else? Anything coming up in Flo Arm, like dates or anything of some stuff you could throw out there so people know?
Yeah. So we got Dual 0.0 or 2.0. Unfortunately, I won't be at that one. That's actually next weekend. I'll be at Lorraine's event for Sarah at that round robin.
Yep.
I don't know if you want to touch on that, but she's absolutely going to kill that for sure.
Oh, easy.
Yeah. She's the number one pick for me, at least.
I guess you got
to place my bets.
You got to put your money on her, I guess. Huh?
Yeah, I absolutely would.
When you're arguing, do you bet on the other person?
Nah, I don't want to lose my money.
Right. I bet on her anyway.
Love the support, man. It's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, she deserves it, man. There's, my opinion, and I think most people's opinion. I don't think there's anybody really in North America that's even on her level. She's light years ahead.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not in North America. Not that I've seen anyway.
No. Hopefully soon though, man. I'd love to see some competition. Women's arm wrestling deserves more, more attention. Hopefully more people get involved.
It's hard to get women to come out for some reason.
It is.
Up here, like we had a promoter up here that was only doing like 2 weight classes for women. So like no, all the women that were lighter stopped coming out because they don't want to pull a 160-pound woman if they're 130.
Yeah.
So like a lot of women up here just stopped coming. Yeah. So we started doing more weight classes to get them to come out. And then at Winter Blast, we did cash payouts, but only for the women. So that drew a lot of women to come to it. So I think we're going to keep doing that because it seemed to bring more women out, and they were really appreciative of it.
Yeah.
Because they get treated different. I mean, honestly.
Sure.
You see some of these tournaments and they're not getting the same trophies as the men's pro and stuff. And that's ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
And if you're a pro, you're a pro, regardless of your gender. I mean, maybe you give a smaller trophy to like the trannies. But
our tournament last week, we had 4 women's classes, and we didn't have the show up. I think we had five women in one arm and 4 in the other. And so we ended up, it was just open because, there's only so much you can, do.
That's the problem. When they don't show up, you kind of have to collaborate consolidate the weight classes, which sucks for them really. And it probably discourages a lot of them not to come out. So
we have enough extra trophies to last for the next 3 tournaments, but from, only having to, giving a first, second, and third, or you're expecting to have, 4 classes of women, both arms.
Well, I think Corey Miller was saying, like, in the whole country, there's probably only like 300 active arm wrestling women to begin with. Compared
Is it even
to
that many? I wouldn't even think it would be that high. Wow.
That are in the air system. So there could be some that aren't even active anymore, but they're in the system.
Sure.
That's not that many. I mean, or you look in some of the women-only groups, there's not that many women in those groups that seem active. So hopefully we can figure out, it's good having people like Sarah that a lot of the women look up to. And, I'm sure a lot of women get into the sport because of people like her, So we're trying to find new ways to get women in, but it's really difficult to. Plus, they can all beat me, so try not to arm wrestle anyone. But yeah,
Now,
man.
Mikey, you said 4 years ago Sarah pulled you into arm wrestling, but now recently you've dove like headfirst into it.
Yes.
Like, so how long have you been like just full time arm wrestling?
So full time, I would say probably I made the decision January this year to go full into it. It definitely took a little bit for me to let go of my bodybuilding background. I still wanted to maintain a physique. At this point, I don't even give a shit what I look
I mean, you're
like,
looking
man.
good, man. So
I
yeah.
just want big ass wrists and strong arms. So I've gone full force into it. I will say when I've dabbled in it even prior to Sarah here and there. But like any amateur knows, it would take me out of condition for like 3 weeks after I'd have a practice or even one solid match. And I'm at the point now where I can practice every week and not be slowed down in the gym from it. So I
Awesome.
know it's going to ramp up so fast from here.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
hoping by the end of the year I'll have a name not only in promoting but also as a respected arm wrestler.
Awesome.
That was the worst, driving home with one arm.
Oh
Just
God,
kind of
it
like
sucks.
fucking. It's the worst.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
cool
it's
though that
exciting.
you're coming along, man.
Yeah. And I mean, my background, I have no strength sports whatsoever background. It's always been aesthetics. I never cared what I benched or squatted. It was
Yeah.
just how I looked. So this is
Yeah.
completely different, completely different for me. But I enjoy it, man. I
So
enjoy it a lot.
you went from doing full body poses to now just forearm Friday.
Yes.
Just
It's
doing
a struggle to
actually-
even get like chest on Mondays now. It
Yeah.
don't even happen really.
right. You're like, fuck it. I'm just waiting for Flex Friday for
Yeah,
forearms.
exactly.
That's hilarious.
And what weight class would you be at right now?
Right now, I hover just over 220, so 220 is not a hard cut for me. To be honest, I don't know where it's going to go. I don't see my weight going up a whole lot considering all I train is arms. But I'll go wherever.
Skipping leg day now.
Yeah, and I got an excuse for it. I love it.
Yeah.
You're like, bro, chill. I arm wrestle.
Exactly.
Yeah. Gotta
You
make
don't need-
198.
You don't need quads and calves when you arm wrestle. So chill out. That's awesome, man. Well, listen, I want to say thanks a lot for coming on and telling us a little about what's going on. And as you guys get going, and we start seeing some things happen, maybe I'll have you back on to update us.
That's dope.
Or maybe with Brandon too, or something.
Yeah.
Maybe we can take a trip down.
I've actually been talking to Sarah a few months back about possibly coming up here to do a seminar.
Oh, cool.
So maybe you can come with her. We got to
That's
do
dope.
a double seminar.
Absolutely.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'd love that.
But yeah, I'll follow back up with her because we talked like months and months ago. But
Okay.
we were thinking that would help us up in our area with getting some women to come out.
Yeah.
And pervs, but whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, admission's admission. So
Every arm
There you
wrestler has a crush on your wife, dude.
Right?
That must feel good though, right? You're like, yeah. But yeah, thanks, man. We appreciate
Absolutely.
it. And if we can do anything to help you guys promote whatever, we're always now we have a 98 group in every state in the country. So
Absolutely.
we're trying to build those up and use them as a tool for other promoters to be able to promote and like target the states around them when they promote.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because usually people put a flyer in like, arm wrestling, whatever, and like it might have 100,000 members, but it's like you don't know who's actually seeing that flyer.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we did the state thing. Because now, like, if you're throwing it in Florida, you can target the other states that would most likely come, like Georgia and all the ones around you,
Right.
and hope that people are putting eyes on it that will actually show up. So that's kind of why we did that. But
Heck yeah.
we do have that women's group as well.
And we started a
cultivate
women's
more of
group,
that. But Mikey, where can people find you? And is there anything else you want to shout out that's coming up or remind us?
No, I think the big one that I'm really pushing, obviously, is the Sarah Backman Classic. That's August 3rd.
Cool.
Hopefully we get a great turnout for women, but I mean it's open both to men and women. Standard tournament. So yeah, I'd love to see that be the biggest tournament in Florida. And that's definitely going to be an annual thing. Like I said, we got Harley as a sponsor. There were some talks actually of Harley even donating a motorcycle to give away. this our
Another
first year
over the
doing
top.
it. Yeah, our first year doing it, it'd be a little hard to pull that off. But I would not put it past after we knock this one out of the park. Years
Cool.
two forward. How cool if they donate a
That would
bike
be
for
awesome.
us,
I'll tell you this too. Like the annual ones are the ones that grow huge.
Yeah.
Like the random ones we throw up, it's kind of hit or miss. But when we do our annuals and we make them like the same every year, they just get bigger and bigger.
Absolutely.
So like I always recommend to do some annual, have 4 or 5 annual ones and then throw random ones in between for filler.
Yeah, I agree.
That seems to be working for us anyway.
Yeah, like I said, that tournament we just did, King of Florida, that's an annual one, and that one always brings out the whole community. They all
Yeah,
want
that
to
looks like a fun one. I want to make it down to one at some point.
Yeah,
I'll come down and visit.
Even the awards, the same thing. Like people have gotten to the point where it's only been a couple of years, but people are expecting the Dragons in much the same way as Michigan is known for the Gorillas.
Yeah, I like the alligators.
Yeah,
that was badass.
Yep.
Because we started doing the same thing a couple months back, like using 3D printing for trophies just to do something different.
Yeah,
we did some like skulls and some weird stuff, but people loved it because it's different.
Absolutely. I mean, medals are fun, plaques are good, but I mean, once you get 50 of them, it's kind of nice to get some different stuff to display on your shelf.
Absolutely. You can't keep everyone happy. Like someone always bitches like, I wanted a medal, and it's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Some people want to, and they take them out.
There was a bodybuilding show I did a couple years back. We actually brought the laser engraver backstage. So as the trophies were announced, we were able to engrave them with people's names and classes.
That's pretty
everything.
cool. That's cool. That's a good idea.
It was a lot of organizing to make it so smooth, but
oh my goodness,
it was really cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. That's why, like us, like our Friday nights have always been, fuck that guy Friday, and usually, like every time someone leaves our podcast, all of us say fuck that guy at the same time, but we mean it with love,
Yeah.
But yeah, just being consistent with our podcast every Friday has like made a huge difference. You skip one Friday and then people don't come back.
Yeah.
So this is our like one night we always make sure we at least have this one.
Nice.
But yeah, man, anytime you want to come on, or Brandon or Sarah, whatever, you got something to promote, feel free, and we'll promote the hell out of it up here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll definitely grab your links and make some posts. And
cool.
I'm excited. Excited to see.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
Cool, man. Thanks for coming on.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Man.
All right.
All right, guys. Take it easy.
See ya.
Sweet.
Fuck that guy. No, he's a sweetheart too, man. What a nice guy.
He's got a bunch of nice guys.
Now we know how to pronounce his name, right?
I took that one for the team. All right.
Yeah.
He's got to jump out there and say it with confidence. And
it's like I'm just gonna be like, I was saying it right. Johnny fucked up.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Imagine I just keep saying Oliva. Like even though he told me,
even though he corrected you, you just say no. That's how we pronounce it up here.
Yeah, it's a Jersey thing.
Yeah.
So what's the beverage of the night?
How's your wife, Sarah Batchman?
Batchman. Red Bridge. Just a little bit of Red Bridge here.
But that's cool, man. I guess we'll see what Flo Arm Combat does. We'll see what FAL does. We'll definitely see what Arm Gods does, and tomorrow we'll see what Knuckles Up is doing.
Dude, I cannot wait for tomorrow.
Our
fucking be sick.
I was I had fun on the podcast with Arm Gods. Then Sunday I got Craig Soublier's podcast where he'll be telling us about his thoughts on Engen being Muslim and how that might be why he hates Americans. I don't know. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Well,
that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting.
For sure. I did a fun little poll here and with a chat, and I asked if anyone had gotten injured on the table. 39% said none. 32% said they had a tear. 21% said their heart was broken at the table, and 7% said break. So,
I'm gonna do a poll real quick, dude.
there you go. That's the stats. Sorry to all of you who had your heart broken at the table. I hope you're doing better now.
Yeah, somebody made. Were you the comment, Ryan, about trying to find it now? But not my. If somebody gets their head chopped off when somebody you don't know or whatever, you can take that. And somebody commented at the rate you're going, you might have your head chopped off in the near future, depending on who you're not getting along with.
I've actually never been really injured on the table either, dude. My shoulder.
Made me choke on my barbecue ribs here.
My first shoulder injury was actually from training, doing static holds and stuff like that. And my recent one was from fucking falling at work, embarrassingly.
All right, this poll is way too close. Okay,
Full nope, partial maybe.
this poll's way too close.
White Wolf, my feelings were hurt on the table. Yeah, my pride was crushed.
We have some Mike Tysons in the chat. Apparently,
Do we?
we get turned on by violence.
Yeah. Have you ever bitten an ear? But yeah, I mean that was cool having those guys on. I think it's fun to have a couple guests on before shit gets crazy. Look, it's only 9:30. It's fucking early. Shit,
Look at
it's
that.
too early to get crazy. We need another guest, or I
Oh
might
my
say
goodness.
some awful things. Drew said he's saving his erection at the table for when he faces me. Great. Can't wait. We did
Special guy.
talk about having matches where the competitors have to dock under the table. And then if they undock, it's a foul.
I don't even know what to say to that.
No, and of course Shubich is lurking in the background here with all his remarkable remarks.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the link out there and see if anybody wants to hop on and talk about docking or arm wrestling.
Either or.
Or erections.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, hopefully those guys don't stay on and see what we say when they're gone, like, oh God, they're talking about erections.
Didn't take long.
Let's end that poll. Yes, 45% and no 55%. That's crazy.
Yo, our chat's wild.
Yeah.
Our community is wild. Wow.
Oh, nice. Ivan Marrero said, good stuff, guys. He's going to Florida at the end of the year, and he's going to try to check out Flo Arm Combat while he's there. That'd be awesome.
Sick.
If you do, let us know how it is, man. I mean, I've watched enough of Brandon Morris's, he's great on the mic. And Mikey is too. I've seen both those guys on the mic and they crush it. So that's pretty cool. All we got on the mic is Dave Shay. So
yeah, but he has a big mouth, so he can go on for 6 hours and not shut up.
Which, guys, if anyone wants to get involved on the 98 team, street team, we're looking for refs. We're looking for ways to build the team. So if you, any talents you want to offer, do let us know.
Yeah.
Or if you know someone that has talents, make sure to have them reach
it's
out.
an obvious. 54% are ashamed to admit it.
What I always, just to change the subject slightly, what I always find remarkable, and you didn't want to say anything when he was on here because it's going to almost sound like I'm, being insulting, which I'm not. But the bodybuilders with tattoos, especially with that amount of apparently he was really into it. And I said to a friend of mine, once, doesn't that don't the judges score that against you? And he said, no, as long as it's
once they put that fucking spray tan on, it's probably hard to see them.
Yeah, I'm curious actually. We'll have
know?
to find some pictures and showcase them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like embarrassing ones where like Speedo looks small. But Yeah, I mean, Brandon did want to collab on something. He did talk to me about that, so that could be something we could do, or maybe do it halfway, like in the middle. You know?
Yeah.
Or like fucking Virginia or top of Georgia. I don't know. What's the middle point?
Probably North
Probably
Carolina.
Virginia
North Carolina.
or North Carolina. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, if you ever hear the
Virginia's probably too
concept,
close.
you hear the concept of halfbacks. You know, the people that from New York and Pennsylvania or New Jersey that move to Florida and say, "Holy crap, it's just too damn hot and humid," so they move halfway back.
Ivan said the professor on the mic gets the people going. He means going home.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's not nice. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Dave.
Well, I couldn't get anywhere near. As Ivan knows, at the tournament he helped run, I couldn't get anywhere near the mic because Brother Fernandez had
smart. They were smart. They were like, "We're not letting Dave on the mic. People will."
Yeah, although it didn't really work anyway because when Steve was there, if I couldn't get in to say who was up next, I just yelled it across the room. So they could, but who was on deck? I have a voice that carries. Always amazes me the number of teachers I met that you go to a faculty meeting and they cannot project. I'm thinking, for God's sakes, open your damn mouth so we can hear what the hell you're saying. Admittedly, I'm half deaf, but really.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, I am super pumped for Knuckles Up tomorrow. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm super pumped for like seeing Roger, Paul, our local guys, Merlot, our girl Danielle. I'm super pumped to see that. I'm super pumped to see some of the guys here in the chat. I know Ivan's going, a bunch of other people are going, so it'll be cool to see, our buddies that we don't get to see that often go in there.
Yeah, Marrero said, "Don't worry, Dave. Next time I'll buy your own mic." Well, I must not have done that badly, since apparently there's going to be a next time. Usually once they see me the first time, they don't invite me back.
Well, so next time Dave will be like, "Hey, I brought my own mic."
Yeah,
just carries a mic with him everywhere.
It's gold.
Yeah, plug me in.
Yeah, it's just like it hangs around his neck like the speaker. Just like
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna finish the rest of my dinner here. Hopefully, you get some wild people that jump on here. We did post a link in the chat if anyone wants to talk about anything else interesting. But I'm gonna finish this and
interesting is
okay. We'll wait with bated breath for you to return.
Chill, actually.
If you believe that one, we'll play another one.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it ready for tomorrow. So it's gonna be a long day. So
White Wolf said, "I heard that arm gods can't stand cunts up." I heard the same. I think they had some sort of like issue with each other at one point. I don't know. Well, Paul Maiden was actually speaking highly of them when I was on the podcast. So maybe they've made up since or something, or maybe Paul just was like shouting them out for support. Oh, Dave Shubich in the house.
Shubich.
Loser.
Johnny used to work on the docks. That's all I could think of.
What's up, man?
Docking.
Yo, what's up?
Shubich,
getting
are you
Johnny
really
and docking
passing up on the fucking Korean barbecue fucking place, dude?
You got new friends. It's okay. Oh, by the way, Johnny, is your cousin able to come out? Did you able to swing anybody to come?
Oh, no. Did not reply. Did not. Well, yeah, commit. So
I invited his mom, but I was talking to her on the phone, and she declined coming because she's mad at Johnny. So
yeah, you be careful what you say about Mama Miller.
I like how she was like, "Tell Johnny, get Johnny to move out." I was like, "Oh no."
Yeah. You didn't know I tell her everything about like the arm wrestling stuff. So
oh, dude, she knew everything. I was like, "Oh wow, nice."
Yeah, she's like
just the arm wrestling
one guy.
Oh, never mind.
Hey, I agree. We're
Not
both
just the arm wrestling
restaurant after, dude. That restaurant last year, I don't know if Ivan. No, you weren't there last year to try the restaurant last time, but let me tell you, you are gonna like that restaurant.
Eat if you don't mind.
Lots of meat.
Sure.
Look, Johnny likes meat. There's tons of fucking meat at this place. Me and Schubert just were like, keep throwing the meat on, dude.
That's what I enjoyed most about it.
Throwing it on. I mean, it came out to like $2,000, I think, for the meat. But who cares?
Got it covered.
Yeah, we had it covered, dude.
It's all those tournament
the
entries.
2 guys with us that didn't eat.
Yeah.
Like we split the bill 4 ways, and 2 of the guys did not eat
There's
any.
a lot of people to bring. Surprisingly, Pretentious didn't have anything really.
Yeah, he didn't really eat.
He was a big baby.
You know why? Because he had just eaten on the way there.
Oh, true.
Wait,
no,
he stopped and got something. Or
I brought him there.
oh, didn't he eat though? Like before leaving Knuckles Up or something with his. They left and went to eat.
Know.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think him and his girl left
over.
to go eat, and then he jumped in with you, and she went back to the hotel or something.
Maybe.
Well, yeah, that was crazy.
Sad I won't be able to see you there.
Definitely be missing it. That's for sure.
Yeah, man.
I know Jake Ward's going to be there, and I'm going to have to ask him what he did to Arm Gods.
Maybe
I
White
went
Wolf
to
can
Jake
hop on
Ward
here
in the
and-
bathroom again.
I'm going to have to
Every time I meet him, he's in the bathroom every single time. It's just
Did you look over and go, hey?
nice. How's the water?
Nice
Still
to see
cold.
you here again.
You look down and you're like, I caught a bigger fish.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely gonna walk up to Jake and be like, hey, what the fuck did you do to piss off Arm Gods, dude?
Oh, did he?
What did you do? He not only took all the usual suspects and took away their admin rights.
Wow.
And I'm pretty sure now, like, none of the usual suspects are as supportive as they once were.
What's the beef?
I don't know the whole story, so I don't want to say the wrong thing. But I'm definitely going to ask Jake, hey, let's hear your side. What happened?
Dude, yeah. What if he gets on tonight? He's like at our time now.
I mean, Marcus told me a little bit about what happened, but I want to go ask Jake straight up, what happened?
Where are you at, Jake?
Where are you at?
Goodness. Oh,
freaking
David,
Oh,
for free. Look at this.
I'm not even training.
Where's that third place amateur trophy?
I'm not even training. I'm just fat.
Yeah.
Well, I'll try and be
Marcus-
real covert with my
Like what he
camera.
always says. He was just like, current. You
Dude,
know?
did you see Johnny's story? He had 225. Or was it 205?
No. 205.
271.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
big old 93 kg.
I thought about talking about Uncle John. Uncle John weighed in at 271.
No.
Yeah, man.
271?
271.
He was like 176 at 3 Winter Blasts ago.
Now I thought there was a point in his process where he was all muscle,
Yeah.
and then I saw a later video where there were things jiggling around a little.
True.
So
Is he still buddies with that Mizell Jador guy? He was talking about him all the time when he was talking and doing a live every single day of the year.
yeah, I'm not sure.
There
I
was
can't
a time-
believe you're not coming, dude. We would have went and got steaks first again.
Yeah.
We had to pre-game meat to eat the meat.
Yeah.
Johnny hasn't tried a
Hey, I just might show up.
arm
We don't know.
smothered steak from Longhorn.
Yeah.
I'll do it. Whatever it is, I'll do it.
It is an interesting observation here.
Dare you?
Might get harpooned by the Koreans at the barbecue.
That's not nice. Hey, if he
Have
gets
some.
harpooned, I'm probably going to get harpooned too.
Dude. I don't know, Ryan. The way that this Saturday is turning out, it's not going to be as filled with activity as I was
Nice.
anticipating it would be. So I just might show up.
Oh, really?
It may
That'd
or
be
may
cool,
not
dude.
happen.
Well, you should. I mean, if you want a match there someday. Not White Wolf said 98% arm wrestling. If you really want to know, go watch Arm God's last video on Monday. Paul lays it all out, and I can 10,000% concur. I was there. Okay, I'll definitely go watch that, and I will watch that and then go ask Jake, and we'll see if his story matches up.
Yes.
And then we can bring it up on here and be like, oh, your story didn't match up with multiple people. We'll see what he says. He may not want to talk about it, but I'll just challenge him to arm wrestle because last time I arm wrestled him, Old Papa Bear here.
Oh, yeah. Dude, Judy's going to be there. Did you know that?
Yeah.
I bet you know.
Of course I know.
Yeah.
Oh, good. We can add one more continent where people hate 98.
That means I'm going to have to keep hitting you in the arm and going, eyes up here, bro. Again, just like the
Just like that ref seminar.
Like the ref seminar. It's like, eyes up here, dude. Look her in the eye. Look her in the eye.
Oh, my gosh.
Dude, the whole fucking group that we're there doing the ref seminar, all of them are just staring at different parts of her. And I'm like, nobody's listening.
Jesus.
What do you mean? Her and Sean said I did a really good job. I mean, I've been in the sport for like 7 years. So there's no way I couldn't do a good job.
What the wolf said, tell Jake to give me my watch back. I will ask him. I will do that.
Oh, he stole his watch? Is that where it all stemmed from?
I don't know if he stole it or if they gave him a watch or something. I'm not sure.
Right.
I don't know the story on the watch, but I'll definitely say that line right there to him and see what he says. He might just ban me.
Yeah.
He might kick me out of the event. I doubt it.
Hey, Dave, are you showing up to Knuckles Up?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Oh, look.
Oh, you are going,
Dave's
Dave?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know if you were going or not because you were kind of on the fence a while back.
No.
Let's save some room, Dave, for the Korean barbecue.
Well, I'm not. I'm not wheeling him in.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm not. I don't think I'm. Well, I have the walker still in the car, but I think I'll just bring the cane. I might not even need that. I'm just recovering so quickly.
Nice. That's great, Dave.
The table's in the trunk. I told them I have an extra table, so they have for the after party.
Since the knee replacement, have you noticed size difference in your areolas at all?
No, I don't think that. I don't think those two things are related.
I think they're very related.
Just checking. I mean, they line up. If you stand someone, they kind of line up with each
It's
other.
like the chakras. It's also,
it's far easier to pick up something off the floor than when you can bend your knee.
You have all the center things that line up, like the penis and the nose and the mouth and stuff, and then you have the knees and the nipples, and then
it's like those Leonardo da Vinci things where he had all the proportions on the.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that your ears, they line up with your nipples, like 1-to-1? Yeah.
I have heard that.
Just one of those things.
It's like head, shoulders, knees, and toes, but the other version.
Yeah.
Well, no, I know some people are real fat heads that I don't know that I don't think their body matches their fat head.
True.
Dave's seen a lot of nipples. All right.
When you got the cones going different ways.
Yeah.
Dave's seen his share.
Same with chicks. Like some don't line up.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Especially if they're on their back and the things fall into their armpits. Stay away from those.
Or if there's three, like that one movie.
Total Recall.
Do you think there's anyone with like long enough ones where you could do like a sandbag carry on your shoulders?
Oh yeah.
Wait, wasn't there another one? Was it Kung Pao or something? That was another one. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. There was one where there was a third boob.
There was Total
Recall. I think
Recall.
it was like a mock of Total Recall.
Oh, okay.
Kung Pao.
Never bang a chick if you can tie her boobs in a knot. You know what I mean? Stay away from those chicks, dude.
Swing low.
SA just in time. Man. This conversation's got me all torqued up. I got to get out of here.
We should have set up like 10 guests. Maybe we should start doing more guests every Friday.
Yeah, you guys just churned them out real quick.
So that we stop talking about nipples.
Yeah.
Yeah, Corbin just said send Jake the link. Yeah, I don't know. I think you want to jump him in person tomorrow.
I don't know if he would come on.
Your titties?
Is it official? Like none of the usual suspects go on his show anymore?
I don't know. I haven't watched anything for a long while. Last thing I watched was something with RBJ, but that was just today on the drive. But I've been so out of the loop.
Yeah.
All right. Actually, there was something I was going to have you react to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
If you want to.
A reaction video. Let's see.
Right. I'm just going to keep eating my dinner here, and I'm just going to let you react to this.
We'll react.
So let me get this queued up.
Hey, I noticed when we're playing a video that there's an echo if anyone talks.
There is.
Did you notice that?
Time. Yep.
I don't know if you noticed when Dave Shay was talking.
It was.
When you had the video up,
yes.
there was a tremendous echo when he talked.
Same thing for the viewers.
Did we all echo?
I only caught the stream when he was talking, so
yeah.
I
think I
don't think you guys were echoing. I definitely heard his side echo. It seemed like he was the one with the echo, but I don't know. I was cooking eggs.
I wonder why. Well, hey, you know what? Try it and let's see and let the crowd tell us if we're echoing.
Yeah, I think I know why. Actually,
no, I would agree. I think it was just when he was speaking, but it was really bad.
Yeah.
Everyone echoed the other Paul Lynn said. So we all echoed to the crowd then.
Yeah.
Let's try it again and see if it works.
Because I think what's happening is
we did miss Mikey. He was on here for like 30, 40 minutes or so, and it was pretty good. Mikey's the man, dude. Super nice guy.
Flo Arm.
Oh, you know what? I have quite a few things for you to react to. Actually.
Guys, this Oleg Petrenko program, I'm on month 2, and it is the real deal. As far as like gym lifts go, it's like my shit has gone up. Can't wait to put it all to work on the table.
Yeah, I hear that, White Wolf. Shit, White Wolf gave us like fucking $10,000 in super chats last week.
Yeah.
Marcus told me he had to sell his house because of that. Just kidding.
Oh, really? Oh, that's a shame. I mean, we like driving
kidding.
around the Lambo, so thank you. But that's unfortunate.
No, but White Wolf, thank you again, man. You definitely went above and beyond with the super chats last week, so thank you very much, dude. That was really
Ryan
cool.
was about to sell a kidney, and he didn't because of that. So
I tried to give them my semen, but they're like, "Fuck no, nobody's gonna want a kid from a short, fat fucking." So
you have to get a picture taken.
The card?
They just like every time I give my semen, they return it. They send it back. It says "return to sender."
Wait, do they return with more than you sent?
Oh, that'd be funny as fuck, dude. How about that one guy that was like giving semen, or he was a doctor and he was impregnating all the women with his own semen? He has like fucking 200 kids.
That's ridiculous.
Can you imagine thinking you got your husband's DNA and having a kid and it's this fucking pervert doctor?
That's wild.
What a genius.
I'm done.
That's a genius move, dude. That's like fucking.
Yeah, I'm proud.
Till the DNA tests come in and you owe child support for 200 kids.
Well, he's a doctor.
All right, let's do this. Let's share screen.
You mean sperm? Yes. So we do mean sperm. Echo.
Yeah,
is there an echo? Well, there is. Why is there an echo?
Hold up.
Johnny, you're the audio guy. Oh, yep. You just texted me. Heard the echo.
Is that Badger Drew's?
Where?
On the screen.
Oh, okay. All right, I just figured it out. All right. You have to share it specifically. You have to share a Chrome tab specifically.
Oh, is that why there's an echo?
Instead of sharing the whole screen. Okay.
Echo.
Now we know.
Let's test it. Echo.
Nip slip.
I didn't hear one.
No, we're good.
Are we looking at Ryan Bowen?
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about it. He's going to face
unfinished business.
I mean, we can give you thoughts on it. We can watch this, or we can just talk about it.
How do you guys feel about the mustache?
I like it. It's awesome. It's pretty epic.
You would. Yeah. Johnny's going to grow a Hitler mustache for the next.
I have to grow mine back now because of this.
Yeah.
He looks like a crooked cop.
Yep. He looks like an Irish cop that's about to beat your ass with a fucking baton.
June 1st. King of the table. It's on. Look, this match
that was
very
kind of
quickly,
diabolical.
very rapidly. But I declared very, very much so that I'm ready straight away. I don't need time for this one. I feel like I'm in good shape, good to go.
Wait,
so
pause the
all
video?
that's going to be is now 3.
Nice. What I take away from it so far is that his eyes really complement his hoodie really well.
Yeah.
What happened to his right eye on the eyelid?
Oh, he's got some kind of deformity.
Do you think it's some sort of damage?
He does address it somewhere. I forget where, but
I think he did say what it was from, but
mesothelioma.
someone threw acid on him. Just
Hang on.
Imagine he
After
shows up in
KOT
chat right now.
he shows up. Yeah,
He's
he
first
does.
place
I mean,
spot.
usually he does show up.
I
in chat.
actually, I like Ryan, and a lot of people don't like him, but I've had conversations with him online, and when I met him at Knuckles Up, he was super nice.
He's only been amazing, honestly. But
He's come on our show, so I mean, I don't have any problems with Ryan Bowen whatsoever, and he
but
knows
this is
that when he
98.
says
He knows what
crazy
time
shit,
it is.
He knows when he says crazy shit that it's going to go viral, so it's all part of his plan, you know.
Yep.
3 weeks away till I'm in Dubai. Is going to be preparing my game. Now, what do I expect from this match? First of all, I know that Schoolboy's bigger than me, significantly bigger than me. Dude towers over me, and he's got 25 kilos potentially on me as well. I expect him to be stronger than me. What I don't expect him to do better than me is to have endurance. What I don't expect him to do better than me is to make decisions as quickly as I can on the table. I think the pressure is going to be on, for me, the pressure is going to be on to just survive the first 1 second of each round. If I survive each 1 second, I think the pendulum starts to swing. Now, interestingly, if you look at styles, I've always classed Schoolboy a top roller. I've always thought with his long arm, his frame, that his ace is his top roll. But he's failed recently when he's tried the top roll. Leonidas took his wrist, took it away from him quite significantly.
Do you want to pull and see what chat thinks? Ryan,
How long do you think he's had a cleft eyelid?
this is a terrible pause.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to mention is like a passing thought that maybe his like time in tennis, because he's been like a really good tennis player, probably helped him with his ability to think on the fly and react and be a multi-dimensional arm wrestler. I never really thought of that before when I would watch his videos.
I played a lot of tennis, and I had a lot less elbow pain than other guys that I practiced with when I started.
It makes a lot of sense.
I think it's because of the tennis.
Definitely.
Because when you play tennis, when you first start tennis, it's like arm wrestling. You get tennis elbow a lot. And then it gets better and better until you don't get it anymore. And I think that helped a lot with arm wrestling. I didn't get it for as long as some people get it.
For sure. And he's talked about that before, Ryan has, about the disparity between his left and right because of using his right arm for tennis for all those years. And hand control and stability and whatever else.
Now I use a tennis racket to fucking scratch myself.
Yeah. Have you ever used it to sound?
What?
To do sounding?
My last match,
and just
coming off a loss as well to Ron Barth. Noticeably, though, I didn't lose my wrist to Ron. It was his consistent side pressure that ended up being too much for me. So, will Schoolboy top roll? Will Schoolboy hook? We've seen him hook out of straps before. He did that against Khaled, and it cost him. He probably should have backed his top roll that night, but he didn't. He went to a hook. When we were live on a podcast together with Ray before this match was official, Schoolboy said he would hook me. Now, that's an interesting one for me. I think that Schoolboy hooking me is the nervous answer. I think that his best move is his top roll. And I'm a shorter man than him. He should just be top rolling me. But I think he's going to hook. I think he's going to intend on doing that because that's more of an insurance policy. That's more of he knows he can't lose fast if he hooks. Because, look, when a long arm wrestler who's got a bigger hand than his opponent decides to hook, they usually can set it. Like, it's not a question of whether he can set the hook or not. So I think he's already playing the conservative approach. He just wants to get in the match and doesn't want to lose his hand control. He wants to get wrist on wrist, make sure he's got his wristband, and therefore won't bleed out as fast. Now that's an intelligent play if you're worried about the endurance of your hand, but it's a bad play if you're talking about side pressure. The one advantage that a long arm guy has is control. The one disadvantage he has in a hook against a shorter man is that he won't have access to side pressure as early or as significantly as the man with a shorter arm. So, Schoolboy, tread carefully, my friend. If you choose to go straight into the hook, I will have side pressure coming very significantly. If you choose to top roll me, well, you may take my wrist or you may not, and you may end up gassing your hand. I understand the dilemma, Schoolboy. I understand it. But anyway, I don't mind where it goes. I'm ready with all shapes. You know I've got the endurance. You know I've got the game to play all the moves.
Got the mustache.
It's going to come down to choices on the night. And, yeah, you do have the power of choice. Being the taller man, the stronger man. I'll even say that. Being the stronger and taller man, I genuinely believe you have the power of choice. You can force whatever lane you want. But once there, the question is, will you regret it? Maybe. We'll see. There guys. It's official. June 1st. King of the table.
There you go.
It's a very astute take from Ryan on the match.
Yes,
Not delusional at all. As far as his analysis of Schoolboy and whatnot.
I often
Who's chat
wonder.
say?
I often wonder if these, how much when people do these analyses, whether they're coloring it to give themselves an advantage. I mean, is it really as honest analysis, or is it, basically, is he playing head games?
Real quick, it's analysis.
It's analyses.
I know. Could you reword that for me? That was a little over my head.
No,
I'm hard of language.
no.
Okay.
Go back to your second grade gym class.
I can't. It's 10:08 p.m.
Were you on early enough to hear that that's what David Shay taught was elementary school phys ed?
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't hear that, but I already knew that from being his friend on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
No, but Dave, would you reword that? Because I know these guys aren't going to respond to you, and I would.
No, all I'm wondering is when someone gives an analysis like that, are they being honest, or are they coloring it, fibbing for advantage in a future match?
I would say a lot of times they try and make it sound a little bit more sexy, and they'll make it colorful. This time, being somebody that's followed Ryan Bowen's journey, he's oftentimes made it very colorful and whatnot. This, just like I said, right after the video ended, he made a very astute observation. He's dead on with his prediction and analysis of how the match is probably going to go. He's a lot more real in this one than ever before, in my opinion. Yeah.
Dave Shay goes, "Where's the podcast posted?" I was like, "It's still going." When it's done,
it is posted
8
on our
hours
Facebook.
from now, we'll post it.
Yeah.
Roughly in 6 hours, we'll post it.
Yeah, I mean,
David,
it is on our Facebook page.
In times past, Ryan would usually say something like, "Oh, I'm just going to hold him center." And if you ever watched his pre-match hype up videos with Lachlan Adair, there was no business with him doing anything with Lachlan, but just the way he was talking and just silly. The way he called out Todd Hutchings before. Just he would, say nonsense, and then that's why there's a reason behind the Delusional Bowen series. But this would not be fitting for that at all. He's dead on.
It's awkward.
Good job, Ryan.
It's awkward that he's still up there.
Yeah. It's nice to have Ryan on the show. What's up, buddy?
We should have Ryan back on again.
Let me get this other video here.
Him
Oh,
and
you got another
Matt
one?
Connolly must have bought their voices at
What's
the
up,
same
everybody?
store.
Oh my god.
It's like the exact same.
What's up, everybody?
Oh my god, these buttons are jumping around. Holy
What's
shit.
up, everybody? This
Sorry.
What happened? What's going on?
Okay.
Sounds like Uncle John.
Can we invite Matt Connolly on and
All right.
Oh, it's this guy.
This guy says facts why arm wrestling will always be a tiny sport. I'm curious if we'd agree with
find
this
out.
guy.
He looks like
What he
Powder.
says.
You ever see the movie Powder?
is Tim from Arm
No.
Wrestling Secrets, and in this video, I
Is that
wanted
Johnny
to talk
Sins?
about why arm wrestling will always be a tiny sport and why I love it.
That was
Liar!
very sensual.
Ryan hates him already.
Fuck that
You're
guy.
right.
I don't need to hear the music. I also don't want to get copyrighted.
Fuck this guy, dude.
What?
He could
He's
be
got
a
good videos on technique and stuff. I'm not sure if I completely agree with all his training methods, but they're not too far
All right,
off.
everybody, welcome to the show, and let's get
But that's
right
an aside.
into it.
Chad. We
Okay,
need to
so
know
we're
if you
gonna
agree
talk
too with
today
this.
about why I think arm wrestling will always be a tiny sport, but at the same time, we're going to be talking about why I love the fact that it's always going to be a tiny sport. If you are a competitive arm wrestler, I'm going to tell you something right now. You're extremely rare. Okay, that's one of the things I really love about being a professional arm wrestler. Being able to arm wrestle, do you know how rare you are? If you go compete, if you're actually listening to this video and you compete, you're extremely rare. If you travel around to competitions and you actually compete in arm wrestling, you are extraordinarily rare. And that's what I wanted to say. And this is where this whole video is going in terms of why
You
arm
said it
wrestling will
6
always be a
times
tiny
already.
sport.
Why is he squinting?
You
Let
said
me
six-
ask
Maybe he's
you one
part
question.
Asian.
How many arm wrestlers are in your town?
It's like a penis. His whole fucking upper body is a penis.
Although
Hey,
you're
Nichols
all just
reminded me of my-
roasting him.
Okay, never mind.
He has a urethra on top of his
Don't
head.
mention the forehead wrinkles.
Okay, let's look at my example. Okay, now this is something I'm just going to tell you guys very interesting, and this is going to make a really interesting point. Okay, and I think you're going to find you're going to have a lot in common with the same thing I'm seeing right now too. Okay, now I
Okay, Ryan. All right. Okay.
Well, why is he talking straight to
have a
me?
video sign
Fuck you, buddy.
outside my
You don't know what you're
office,
talking
and that's
about.
where I market some of my personal training services and things like that. For an
did
entire
you-
month, I had an arm wrestling training club. Like I was marketing and advertising for an arm wrestling training club for Friday and Saturday nights, 6 to 8 p.m. Okay, and people would drive up and down the road all day and all night long. They'd see the sign. How many phone calls do you think I got in 1 month?
None, because you look like a clown after an acid rain fucking shower.
Oh, jeez.
Who's gonna want to train with this guy and be like, I don't want to get cancer from this guy? Jesus Christ.
Oh no.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
Of
Carry
leaving that sign
Johnny, this is
going
a
24
mistake.
hours a day.
Positive energy, Ryan. Positive.
Hey, this guy is fucking great looking.
We want the sport to grow, Ryan.
I need to be reminded sometimes. My bad.
Zero.
I said.
Hey, you were right.
I got zero interest. I live in Logan, Utah. There's about
There's half the problem.
55,000 people here.
55,000 people in Utah. Only 3 of them arm wrestle, and I nobody came. You can't believe it.
55,000 people. I am the only one.
Oh, zoom in.
As far as I know, I'm the only competitor.
We gotta get that Utah Facebook group up and pumping.
Lucia said, "This guy's
Right.
an enemy of the sport." Is this guy an enemy of the sport? Definitely. He's
Canalization rat.
he's an enemy of hair.
Oh no.
Well, for the
This
record,
idiot's
number one in Utah, 220 both arms, is a former Team Predator person, Julia Smith.
nice.
Wrestler in this town. Now there are people that are in the next town over and the next town over, but I'm talking about this town, the town that I'm in, and I'm asking you guys the same thing. What's the size of your town and how many arm wrestlers are there in it? Okay, I'm quite positive it's the same thing.
I'm picking up gay vibes. I don't know about you guys.
My
He's
town
probably
is
a-
66,000 people, and it's got
probably a
10 arm
nice guy.
wrestlers.
I
I've
don't
my
know.
entire life. I've traveled all around and arm wrestled. It's the same thing everywhere you go. And as you know, I do arm wrestling coaching. So I'm fielding phone calls and taking video coaching sessions with people all the time. So I get.
Are you doing that, Ryan? Are you fielding phone calls?
What are you doing for the sport, Ryan?
Yeah.
I do field a lot of messages and emails of people looking for practices. So does Dave.
Mhm.
So we do get a lot of people that are asking where there's a practice, and we're just not telling them about this guy's practice.
What people, Ryan? There's no arm wrestlers. What are you talking about?
I know, I'm just making it up because this guy's making me out to be a liar. Fucking who is this?
Well, you're not a truther.
What's this guy's
I
name?
hear this from people all over the country,
Liar.
all over the world, in fact, but primarily, let's say all over the country. People from Arizona, people from New Hampshire, people from Florida, people from Texas. They all have the same thing in common. Do you know what that is? There's no one in their town that arm wrestles. There's nobody around to arm wrestle with. Okay? If you and for you guys who compete, you're going to be nodding your head. You already know this. Okay? For you guys who are going around competing, what do you see when you go to the competitions? Do you see all new people every time you go to a big competition? Or do you see the same people that travel around?
He's got a little bit of a point.
Like the Utah State Championship, the Arizona State Championship, the New Mexico, the Nevada. You're going to see the same.
Didn't say Winter Blast. Fuck this guy.
Well, okay, you see the same people at different competitions, but damn it, we in this area alone, we could have a practice. You could go to a practice within an hour and 45 minutes of my front door every night of the week except Friday. And some days, like Sunday, you have 4 choices. So don't hand me your crap about nobody's practicing.
Well, what this guy's saying is false, dude, and he looks like a nutsack.
Well, the thing is he lives in, in scarcity because we live in a big hub. Yeah. I know that before he's lived in Hawaii. I'm not sure of how many. There's not a big arm wrestling scene in Hawaii. Now he lives in like Utah. I think he said there's like, we need more arm wrestling pioneers to go west.
Move out to fucking PA, and you'll have tons of fucking arm wrestlers.
Yeah. Well, and when Jesse and Julian moved out to Utah, she was just enjoying it because she could never find any women here. There's at least a half dozen women that train with Bob Brown. She had more women to train with out there than she ever did here in Pennsylvania.
You think this guy's attitude is what scares arm wrestlers away from his little practice?
Wait, hold on, Ryan. Where are his eyebrows?
Oh my gosh, you guys are just roasting him.
Engine stole them.
Oh my god, no.
This guy,
Dave, I see what you did, Dave.
He shaved him off in defiance of Engen.
Stand proud. All right, I'm sorry, Tim.
Here I was trying to steer the night away from Engen, and it just came right back to him.
Main people along with some other people at those same tournaments. Okay, and I'm not saying anything bad. I'm saying that's a fact. And so let's do a little math on that, or at least just what I was thinking was, if there's, let's say, 55,000 people, and I'm the only arm wrestler, and I've talked to hundreds and hundreds of people, and they all have the same situation.
Oh, he's speaking normally
now. That
now.
one guy who lives in a small town and there's 100 arm wrestlers in there, I would be very shocked by that. And I'm talking about competitive arm wrestlers. I'm not talking, for you guys, all due respect, for you guys that arm wrestle, but you do it in the garage or the backyard or the basement. I'm talking about going to a real competition, a sanctioned event, a competition where you go and you compete against other
I know what it is, dude.
arm.
No one goes to this guy's practice because he's on the level 3 sex offender website.
Oh my goodness.
So, like you look up someone's house and he's got a star on his house. So who's going there?
Dude.
That's got to be it.
Like an upside down star, like a pentagram?
Yeah, like a Jewish. No,
not at all.
David, what the fuck, David?
Arm wrestlers. That's what I think is really rare. Okay, so let me get to the next point, which is what I was going to say, which is why the sport of arm wrestling will always be tiny. Always.
Good point.
Think about it.
Always.
Captain has a good point. This guy sounds like those lawyers that like fucking talk about a video on TikTok and they tell like from the lawyer's point of view, like that's exactly what he sounds like.
Just sounds like a fast talking Yankee to me.
He might have. I think he does have some useful arm wrestling tips. I don't really know
He
him
does.
as an arm
Absolutely does.
wrestler.
I've watched his videos; are pretty informative. But this whole fucking video is bullshit.
Did you watch his video on hand control?
Bollocks.
Nobody arm wrestles. It's not because it's not fun. People are watching this, obviously, for the most
He just called us
Hand control or
nobodies.
hair control?
Oh my god.
part. You like arm wrestling, but how much does other people around your town like it? They don't like it enough to do it, do they? Right? You know how complicated this sport is. For you guys that are competitive arm wrestlers, this is a big nod of respect to you. Okay, because you're like me, you're extremely rare. Okay, we are rare people, but that's not going to
You're
change.
not as rare as you are.
No matter
You know what's
I'm
rare?
sorry,
Your fucking
rare as he is.
general demeanor and look.
You guys could sure burn the bridge, huh?
Yeah, maybe we need a different video. Do you have something different that's someone that's a little easier on the eyes?
Johnny, maybe we should watch this one off air.
Is this one cooked? Are we done?
Fuck this guy, dude.
Oh
Nobody,
my God.
all the people.
Oh,
in the
no.
like, fuck this guy. Well,
We got
no.
the fuck this guy? All right.
People
fine.
like him. All right,
He's
we'll
got a point.
let him go. We'll let him go a little bit longer.
Are
We
you
got
sure?
off easy this
Yeah.
time.
All right.
how much we highlight arm wrestling. This is my opinion. Okay. Now, some of the countries in Europe and things like that, they're starting big training clubs and they're doing these other big things. Okay. But some of those other countries at the same time, they're not surrounded by all the other sports that America has to offer. Soccer, volleyball, baseball, basketball, all the other distractions that are pulling people away who might potentially
Is he
arm wrestle.
Italian?
Okay. But in this country, I've seen this my entire life. The sport, let's just be completely honest, okay? The sport, I love arm wrestling, but it is not going to be popular from a competitive standpoint.
Shut up.
It won't be, and I'm not making an argument. I'm
Shut your
stating
fucking
a fact.
mouth.
It won't be because
Come on, man.
because of
Shut your time wasting mouth.
Notice
You shut your little time wasting mouth, you liar.
you notice the PTS on his shirt or his jacket. All he has to do is add a D, and that would explain a lot.
How dare he fucking say these things about our sport?
True enemy. True enemy.
He's the true enemy of the sport. Fucking tyrant. No,
Oh my God.
but saying that it's never going to be popular amongst competitors, that's only where it's popular. It's not from fucking random people watching getting pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Oh, White Wolf says he's 100% right on. So
He might be, but
already
I just
know
don't like him.
it is brutal. Okay, it's a brutal sport. It's really hard on your body, and all of you guys
arm wrestling secrets. If you ever watch this, just know I'm just presenting your video.
Ryan,
That's
do
all
you
I'm
agree
doing.
with that statement? Is arm wrestling hard on your body?
I don't like his secrets.
He's spilling all the beans.
The secrets you need to know, Ryan.
He's fucking
guys who are
he's
having
biting
elbow
off
pain all the
Victoria's
time.
secret.
Remember how you felt after your first training club,
Sore.
or maybe after your first tournament?
Yo, Drew said
In
just
the
because
mouth.
only the 0.001%. Is this a comment? Is this another Ingan comment?
I feel like this guy, he starts
a world
out
champion?
massaging the arm wrestlers, and then all of a sudden he's telling them that they need to be fingered.
Oh no! Oh god! No! Stop!
Remember
No!
how sore you were? Do you remember the pain you went through, and how much? And for those who don't know better, how much money do you think professional arm wrestlers really get?
Anyone? Any guesses? No.
None. Nothing. Okay. If you
Wait, rewind that fucking sentence right there. This fucking guy.
I regret showing you this video.
What did you think was going to happen?
I don't
guys
know.
who have
Thought I was
elbow
gonna be
pain all the time. Remember how
professional?
you felt after your first training club, or maybe after your first tournament? Do you remember how sore you were? Do you remember the pain
No.
you went
Do
through?
you remember
And
your
how much-
first time?
and for those who don't know better, how much money do you
lost
think
it for
professional
two.
arm wrestlers really get? None. Nothing. Okay.
That's bullshit,
If you
because
if you go
now-
and compete,
You can get a fucking satchel of Engen's eyebrows as payment.
Jesus.
No, but obviously this guy's paying out eyebrow hair. I mean,
Jeez.
that's how he bribes people to come to his practice. He's like, "Hey, I'll give you some eyebrow hair bag, a dime bag of eyebrow hair." No, but honestly, look, pros are starting to make money in arm wrestling from either super matches or fucking, it's not tons of money, but there are ways to make money. Look, just to get John Brezink to come to something, or Devin, is like $4,000.
Yeah, sure.
So they can make money in other ways, like doing seminars, traveling around. Like, you know, there is money in it. This guy, how old is this video?
It's recent.
2 days ago.
2 days ago. Where the fuck does this guy live, under a rock?
Maybe that's why people can't find his house.
I think the radiation from the cancer treatments, the chemotherapy,
dude,
are really fucking this guy's brain up.
If you don't,
well, yeah, to kind of what you said.
I can't wait for his reaction to this video.
We'll find out.
compete on YouTube and you're in one of those big events in Europe or something like that, it's not even going to pay you enough money to pay for the flight and the hotel and your food. You'll still be paying just to go. Okay, so obviously there's no money in the sport. Okay, so you're putting yourself through all the pain and all the struggle for what you know is not going to be any financial reward. Okay, and so most people just aren't going to gravitate to it. It's too hard.
Johnny, that's every fucking sport in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're fucking traveling to go play fucking baseball, you're paying. You know, if you're not at the pro fucking level and you're playing a sport, you're paying to go play this fucking sport. Like when I played soccer, if we traveled, they're not paying for your hotel and anything. You had to go fucking there. You're on your own dime.
That's a good point.
This guy is fucking crazy.
I'm glad I kept playing this video.
Hard. It's too complicated. It's too embarrassing for strong guys too. Guys who are really strong, they don't really like getting in the sport. I see a lot of strong guys watching the sport. Okay. And I'm not really talking about from a spectator point of view, but I do want to touch on that since we're talking about it in this video. I don't think arm wrestling is a good spectator sport. And I'm not bashing it. You guys know I love arm wrestling. I've said that 10 times, but I'm just saying from a spectator point of view, people who don't arm wrestle, that's what I'm talking about. Like when people watch an NBA basketball game, how many of those people do you think play high-level basketball? They're sitting there watching the game, being entertained, okay, but they don't play. Okay, as far as arm wrestling goes, it's quite a bit the same thing, but way more. Okay, is that most of the people, if you go to a tournament, most of the people that are watching at a tournament, what do the attendants look like? Right? Are they people who are coming off the street because they have to see the arm wrestling tournament, or is it the family and friends and other arm wrestlers that are at the tournament? Those are the people that are the spectators at the tournament. Okay. Now, obviously, there's a few 100,000 people obviously watching arm wrestling, and it's more fun to watch even on YouTube because a lot of it's more edited and you get to just see the matches. But when you just go to a tournament, from a spectator point of view, when you just go to a tournament, I think it's boring for a lot of people because the strap and the setup and all the time and stuff that goes into it. It's interesting for arm wrestlers to watch because we know what's going on. People who don't understand arm wrestling.
I agree with that. That part I agree with.
Mm-hmm. He lurches unexpectedly into making sense.
Why does he look like he's always tasting something sour?
Can you rewind back a little bit by like 2 seconds?
That's pretty specific. Oh my god, that's creepy. It looks like he's gonna bite someone. This guy looks like a biter.
What are you looking for, Dave?
He just wants to stare at his lips.
I'm looking for him.
I
was looking for that.
That little tongue.
I was looking for him as swirl his tongue around.
Can you replay that a couple times? Look at that. Yeah, lizard man.
Oh my god.
Motherfucker's an iguana.
People who don't understand arm wrestling are watching the strap get put on and watching the slip in, and then the match takes 2 seconds and it's over. And I don't think from a spectator point of view, I don't think it's going to get much more popular. But that's, like I said, that's not bashing the sport. That's just the way I see it. Or else I think it would be more popular from a spectator.
I disagree.
Point of view. But coming,
I'm gonna.
Your time to rebut will come, sir. Please
this
wait.
Guy right there because he obviously doesn't know who Arm Gods is because they're trying new things to make the crowd more excited, like the tack match, like the electric shock matches that they're going to do. That's new things that they're trying to get non-arm wrestlers to enjoy the sport and be like, oh, this is fucking crazy, you know?
It's fucking crazy.
Not every arm wrestler out there, like all the old heads are like, that's stupid, but I think there's a place for everything. You know, the people that like watching that kind of stuff will watch it, and the people that don't will watch traditional fucking. But I do agree, arm wrestling is very difficult for non-arm wrestlers to watch. If they don't understand the rules, they're wondering why it keeps getting stopped, all this shit. So until something changes where it's more exciting for fans, we're not going to have a shitload of fans interested in watching it. So right now, all the the pay-per-views, all that stuff are for us arm wrestlers to watch, not really for non-arm wrestlers. So the first league to figure out how to get non-arm wrestlers interested in arm wrestling is going to be fucking killing it. This is why we want to start having our guys dock under the table.
Oh my God. All right, we're almost there.
Back to why I really think the sport will always be tiny. It's what I already said. Nobody arm wrestles. That's in your town. That's in my town. That's in every town and all across the country. And so what I wanted to put out was, like I said, I was going to do some math real fast. It wasn't really doing math, but let's say there's 55,000 people in my town and I'm the only one. There's what, 360 million or something Americans? Okay, that would, if you do the math on that, if there's 1 per 55,000, which I'm not saying that's correct, I'm just saying let's just go with that.
The arm wrestling injury lawyer.
That would be like between 6,000 and 7,000 competitive arm wrestlers in the whole country. I think that's right. I think there's less than 10,000 arm wrestlers in the country, competitive arm wrestlers. Like I said, I'm not talking about all the people who have a table or who arm wrestler with their buddies across the dining room table or who arm wrestler in the backyard after church or whatever. No offense. I'm saying competitive arm wrestlers are extremely rare. And I think the number is between, definitely between 6,000 and 10,000.
You know what's rare? Whatever disease he has.
Did he say 260 million Americans?
I don't even know what he's talking about.
If so, he's about 70 million light.
He lost me at the tongue lick fucking situation.
Yeah. I wonder how many people are listed up on Ayers, because Ayers has like.
I was talking with Corey Miller. He said they have 17,000 in the system.
17,000.
So this guy's a liar. Why don't you, before you start making statements and videos, why don't you do your fucking homework, guy? You know, like
just
fucking log into Ayers and look at how many fucking competitive arm wrestlers there are before you start throwing out numbers like 10,000 when you don't even know.
Yeah, it's a little bit more bleak than he thought. Yeah,
I don't think arm wrestling after. I don't think arm wrestling after
homosexual.
I don't think arm wrestling after church is the most popular time either.
Yeah.
Nobody goes to your practice because they're getting gay vibes.
Oh, without going on and on, guys, I want to hear what you think. Okay, if you could, in the comment section below, here's what I want you to do. I want you to tell me, you don't even need to tell me the name of your town, or city. Tell me how many people are in your city or your town, and tell me how many competitive arm.
All right, well, that's the video, so.
Well, he should have heard what
I agree with him on some of it, but not all of it. I think this guy just doesn't have people going to his practice because of where he fucking lives. Because the practices here are stacked as fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
But dude, he's the only arm wrestler in his town. So he's number one. That's got to be like a great stat.
His attempt at getting someone to come to his arm wrestling was to like put a fucking notice out on the church fucking billboard saying come and arm wrestle. Like who the fuck's going to church and reading that and going, I'm gonna go arm wrestle on fucking Saturday before church?
Yeah, well, Kevin Kaler, but other than that, not many.
Right. So is he fucking like you could post ads in a lot of Facebook city groups, you could post ads on Craigslist. In fact, groups. I think arm wrestling would go huge if you fucking mixed like OnlyFans with arm wrestling and you had them doing weird things at the table, someone sitting on the pins. I mean, arm wrestling could go viral from one fucking chick sitting on a peg.
Sure. Yeah.
Just saying.
Just a marketing issue.
This guy doesn't know how to fucking market arm wrestling. Start out, don't shave your fucking eyebrows when you're going to make videos and try to get arm wrestlers to join in. Next guest speaker. Who's the next guest speaker? Dave Shay.
You ready for this?
Uh-oh. Oh, Jesus.
Don't put up any of my videos, please.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go. For the record, Monster Todd and Rebecca think that people that smoke weed have an unfair advantage, like taking steroids to arm wrestle.
That is silly.
West and Devin did the majority of the work to bring arm wrestling, forward. But you cannot discount all of the other channels and social media platforms that have been pushing arm wrestling out there. You can't. You've even got.
Oh, I'm already pausing the video. Oh boy.
You cannot discredit that fucking bald guy that was just talking. She's not. She's saying it's all Devin, dude. The fucking bald guy from Utah promotes arm wrestling more than anyone on fucking church fucking billboards.
Oh, we like him now.
I don't think that anyone discredits everybody else. It's just that they mentioned Devin because he's a household name. If you mention blah 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 and blah blah blah,
Absolutely.
you know, their ears are not going to perk
How
up.
many people come to practice and they're like, I watched Devin on fucking YouTube and now I arm wrestle?
That's everyone.
Yeah.
That's everyone that's joined arm wrestling literally after me.
Yeah.
5 years ago. It's everybody. It is awesome. It's awesome to hear about that.
Yeah, whatever gets you in.
Sure.
Yeah, Jesus, SA, Jesus.
Yuji and Larry Wheels, and then all of the smaller channels. Everybody,
Leonidas, I mean, look-
Leonidas, everybody has played a part in getting it to where it's at right now. And I think that's absolutely amazing.
So to be clear, there's a few things I thought were interesting to talk about. I'm just going to jump to those times. I don't have a title for what this was about. So
It's one of those things like Michael talks. We don't want to tear down any promotion, any channel that is positive and moving arm wrestling forward, because it's the rising tide. It's going to raise the all.
So
And,
they
and
hate
so
us.
it
So they hate us. That's what she just said.
oh no, oh my God.
What I heard was death to the 98 infidels.
Yep. They're infidels. We smell like curry and C4.
takes the entire community and everybody that's involved to push it forward.
Right.
You know,
And I'm not going, like, me personally, I'm never going to stoop to the level to tear anybody down, whether it's positive or negative, because it's not really worth the energy. To me, you've got an energy bar in life. You're playing that fighting game, your energy's at 100%. You only have so much to give, so why give it to negativity? So,
Right.
You pay too much attention to negativity, you fight back at it too much, and you just give it validity. So, I mean, I'm 100% with you. I love everything that's going on. And especially
Why did he say with the soft
channels
A?
that are
Don't pause that. Don't pause that.
Or you have a partner.
fact-based,
Why do you have a
especially, like
partner
certain
that's a
ones you can
scumbag?
Oh no.
to just get the information, not emotion. I love those. And I love the positive and productive ones. There's so many content makers out there now on Instagram and stuff, the people making the sketches and like,
oh yeah, right,
the caricatures. Like, I love all of that. The people doing the reels, this stuff's awesome. They're
Oh,
all doing their little part for a greater good.
oh yeah. Yeah. And I'm not even sure that they all realize it. Like we've been around some people and they're like, oh, I just have a tiny little channel. I just started it. And I really don't.
Yeah, that was that part.
Yeah, but they're not Devin, so who cares?
Oh,
I want Michael Todd to turn around and be like, shut your mouth, bitch.
I just want to get a good chat in with Michael with Paul real quickly. MMT, so glad you started YouTube. I only knew you from the WAL Kingsmoon days for so long, and they pointed you as a bad guy. They did want him to be a bad guy. Couldn't be farther from the truth. Keep it up. Congrats on the win. Thank you so much for that super chat, Stephen.
Appreciate it. Yep.
So what? How do you feel? How do you feel about your experience as an athlete in today's professional realm? Both of you.
I mean, I've experienced, competition, at the pseudo professional level and stuff, and, the college level. And WAL definitely treated you like a professional. It was definitely a professional feeling. And that was my first taste of it. And when I knew I didn't want to go backwards at all, like, I'm going to do everything I can do to hang on to this professional experience. Then when WAL folded and East versus West came around, it was a very similar but different feel. There was another level of, I don't know if you want to call it pressure, or like another level of interest that you could feel from the world that you didn't get from WAL. You got like that commercial, like that reality television feel from WAL. And then from East versus West, you got this international like seriousness. And to me, there was a different feel for each match as far as what was really on the line. Like, and that was very infectious to me. Like the idea that this is global, and when you're competing for something over there, you're competing to be truly the best in the world. And that to me, I mean, it progressed every single event, got better and more professional, and more people started following. So I love the East versus West event primarily because of the team aspect, because I'm a team mentality person no matter what, and I like us versus them.
Right.
I like that, we in the West are the underdogs. We are the ones that have something to prove. I don't want to be on the top of the mountain looking down. I want to be the guy climbing up as fast as I can. And I get that feel, it's very refreshing. Brings me back to like those competitive younger years where you're chasing something, you're climbing, and you have targets.
Pause it there. Oh, thanks. I think Paul's like pretty much spot on with it. I remember watching WAL way back when. I think it was like 7-8 years ago, and he was just right on the cusp of like actually getting his gears going in WAL, but then disbanded due to COVID and whatnot. And the thing is, like East versus West, it became like the true WAL, like in the sense of World Arm Wrestling League. It wasn't just like, guys on stateside, but it was, I mean, they had like, matches here and there from people from international waters, but like it is a true WAL going on right now at East versus West, and it's awesome to see that he's got the opportunity.
I think they should put
he
more money.
Just had his foot in the
production,
in the pool with WAL, but now he's like immersed. So good
so
to
what
see
are these
the good guy
guys
winning here.
What's going to happen if WAL comes back like they all keep saying now that they're all immersed in East versus West? Are they going to get banned?
They probably would be.
Yeah.
Unless they figure out a way to coexist or work
Not only
together.
that, but East versus West puts all this money into everything, but not their fucking live feed or their fucking pay-per-view.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Engen always talks about like that East versus West is not really, it's in name only. It doesn't mean that it's always about East versus West. I think that he wishes that he had a name like WAL. Not wishes like in like a jealous way, but like that's what his league is, World Arm Wrestling League. It's like it'd be cool if they would come back and then like coexist in a way and then just be like the true world, a unified thing where there's no bans or anything, just the World Arm Wrestling League. That's badass. Like, and it's awesome to have like farm leagues and everything else underneath. There's no need to, because you got the world thing, you don't need a whole new world order to oversee everything. But it would be nice to have that overarching, this is the creme de la creme of competition. This is where you want to be when you're
my only gripe with these whole East versus West thing is I think there's a big difference between East versus West in Turkey of what we see on pay-per-view and on TV than what's going on here in the United States.
That is true.
I think it needs to be overseen more. I think it needs to be more organized. I think when you got people saying they didn't even know the rules, then how can you have a competition when your guys don't even know the rules in that country of what's going on? And I didn't like how last year they just let anybody into the fucking finals. And I don't like that every little tiny tournament up here in the Northeast was an East versus West qualifier. I think that waters it down and makes it feel not as prestigious.
Yeah. That's true. It's cool to give the opportunity to pullers, but that is true what you're saying.
But a lot of the guys that got opportunities to go pull were guys that were already in the works of going. Like they were already thought of to be going there in the first place without qualifying. Like Artem or Brett Grundy. You know what I mean? Like these are guys that were going to go there fucking anyway. But speaking of, I just feel like Engen, he should fucking oversee what's going on here in the United States a little closer. Paul Lynn's taking the blame for all the fuck ups down in Florida when we all know damn well he doesn't fucking even involve himself in the tournament itself. So it's not him. He's just doing it to be nice and take the blame for what happened down there. But it is what it is. I think what Paul said, what everybody said on Paul Italia's podcast, that at least for East versus West here in the United States, they need a PR guy and they need someone to oversee everything going on and say, hey, we need to know the rules. We need to know this before we throw another fucking tournament.
Speaking of East versus West invites, I believe they talk about this here.
Award in that category, right? So I've been UAL world champ, had the PAL international world title, but still UAL, WAL, all those things. There was a lot of people who weren't involved in those events, right? So I mean, we truly know who the world champions are in each weight category right now. So that's pretty awesome. With
East versus West.
Yeah.
Well, one thing about East versus West is it also has the qualifiers all over the world. I've had people message and they'll be like, why don't I get an invite? Or why hasn't this person got an invite? And Engen put it very plainly out there. You go to a qualifier and you qualify by winning that tournament. And then you get your invite.
Well, you got to win the finals. You don't get the qualifier.
That's what I mean, the finals.
Yeah.
But that's how you get your invite now. And that opens it up to anybody in the world to actually get up there on the big stage.
Right. And that's such a good point. Like first off, like you were touching on, Mike, like there's a unification aspect. So a lot of people are criticizing the contracts and everything, but contracts are preventing divide. Like you can look at it a million different ways. You can spin it however you want, but what they do, one of the things that they do is they prevent divide. So like whatever is deemed the best, however far down the list you want to go, if they all agree to compete under one platform, we don't have the divide. We don't have the WAL when we use certain athletes, the top 80, whatever else. We don't have it. So to me, that's the playground I want to play on if I can. And then when you talk about the qualifiers, yeah, I mean, guys, it's like it's in your own hands. You know, like, yeah, sure, invites come out here and there based off of different things and potential matchups. But if you want to control your own destiny, then come to the qualifiers, you know? Like, we're going to do another round of them. I had people ask me about, like, oh, how come Sarah and Gabby competed? Isn't that unfair, like, for other people who want a chance? And I said, well, I understand exactly what you're saying, but there is no true exemption. Like, those young ladies haven't pulled in quite some time. And by going there and winning that, they guarantee that they're going to get another match. You can't really say no, you know? So, I mean, even those ladies at the highest level are still seeing the value.
All right. Yeah, of course, there's great value. So what is it? What would you tell, Michael, an aspiring athlete? What would you tell them to encourage them to seek that track?
If you're an aspiring arm wrestler of any category, it doesn't matter, and you want to guarantee your shot at East versus West, you got to go win the qualifier and win the finals. I mean, Wallace Dilly, who just won, and I think you pulled in some afterwards. Yeah, he's made a name for himself in the Midwest. He was never getting an invite. But now he did. That boy strong. Yeah, he just went down and won right and left. Guarantee you he's getting an invite. You know why? Because that's how you do it. For sure. That's how you control your own destiny. You go down.
That guy was badass.
I didn't see him. I don't know enough.
Where's Paul in? Oh, he
was at the qualifier finals. Wallace was, and he cleaned up his weight category. I think he was heavyweights, left and right.
This is Paul talking about hosting an open tournament prior to the press conference.
You know about this yet, Mike? We are going to host an open tournament prior to that.
Yes, I do. That's amazing. That's genius. So let's go and answer Alex Clark's question real quick. Here's a super chat.
Alexander Clark, what's up, everyone? Quick question. Speaking of WAL, I noticed a lot of Kenny Johnson sightings. Heard he was a good puller. Is that true?
He actually, I think, pretty sure he won Buena Park Amateurs at one time. So Kenny Johnson's actually a pretty legit puller. Everybody guys holding says he's really strong. I gripped up with him when we was on a set of SWAT. He's a pretty strong guy. Good guy too. Been around for a long time. So that's what that thing right there that you just said, that there's a tournament. There's a open, amateur, masters, and youth tournament the day before, the same day as the press conference. So that's on Friday night, correct?
That's the plan right now. We spoke to Angan last night, try to hash some details out. It's tough. We got to fit these things in. That man has a crazy schedule. So we're ironing out the details right now and figuring out how we're going to do it. I don't want to give too many spoilers, but we might have some cool stuff as well as far as award presentations, different things that we're going to do. So that, to me, whether it's a qualifier or not, of course we'll make it a qualifier. But not only is it a qualifier, but you're getting pulled in front of everybody, and Angan's going to be there.
Showcase your personality, your skill, everything.
Yeah, you go pull against the real East versus West refs, you know, with them. It's be awesome.
So tell me if this is correct, though, because when we were sitting there watching East versus West, I actually looked at Michael and I was thinking about the whole Orlando event and having the tournament the day before.
Oh my God. Let's see. All right, this is what they talk about bands.
In the West, and you want to compete against some of these badasses in the East, that's how you're going to do it. Show up at that tournament the day before.
Yep.
I mean, listen, the guy who's rubbing the arm down the corner may smoke everybody, right? That's how strong these Eastern European camps are.
Yeah.
I remember Mike Homewood told me when I first got started, like my second practice up at Tim Bresnan's. He said, "Listen, Paul, if they have a funny accent, don't arm wrestle." If you're at the bowling,
Tall Paul Hutchins Jr., I actually want to
that's racist.
Because there's a lot of misinformation going on out there. Okay, it says I do disagree with contracts and bans, though. Okay, you're grouping them together, and there are two separate issues. Engan is not banning anybody. WAF has banned people, and because Engan is actually under WAF's management, he cannot use athletes that WAF has banned.
WF banner, not management. WF,
yeah. Same difference. WAF that they have banned.
Well, I'm saying he's not. They're not the manager of him.
No. Well, he's affiliated.
Yeah, he's affiliate. He's underneath the WF banner. That's their organization.
So he is not banned athletes. But also, I'm going to tell you just like this. Michael and I have a promotion. Don't know if you know about it. Monster Factory. All right. If someone is an asshole and disrespectful to us, it's our promotion. They won't be invited here. They're not banned.
Andrew Wood in the chat.
We just don't like them, so they won't.
In Michael Todd's chat.
So if you
That's more of a Michael thing.
That's more of a Michael. Well, no, it's very much a Rebecca thing because I will definitely bury somebody too. So that's also a part of it, right? But England is not banning anybody. Now, the other thing, the contracts. A lot of people are misunderstanding the contracts. It says the contracts were only for the day of the match or weeks out from the match. What you're not understanding is that for the first time, we had it a little bit with WAL, but this is a better situation. For the first time, these athletes have been guaranteed a minimum, not a maximum, a minimum number of matches that they will get to pull. Win or lose, they're guaranteed these matches for the year, and they got to negotiate their own terms as far as what they would be paid and how much they would be paid to show up. That's a guarantee. That's so much different than just getting a contract for one match, and your result.
Nobody's bitching about contracts.
Is the thing that's going to be the factor on if you get another match or not. So this was a very good situation for the athletes, and Ingen nor.
What, some gripe?
Dude, nobody's complaining about contracts. Like, we all understand contracts. The point of the contract is you're agreeing to sign that contract. That's completely different than the whole ban bullshit. And saying that Engen doesn't ban people, that may be correct. However, he definitely honors the bans, and many people from the East versus West crew and the WAF crew text people saying, hey, if you pull at that event, you won't be able to pull East versus West. Like, I feel like that's just shitty. You know, like the guy that runs WAF in the United States told me he never texts people to tell him not to go to tournaments. And then two people at Winter Blast show me an actual text from him saying, hey, if you compete at Winter Blast, that may keep you from competing at East versus West or a WAF event. So it's like, these people are lying about that.
Oh,
there we go.
Duplicate David going on here.
Dawn approached you or anybody else, as far as I know, and said, we don't want you doing any of this other stuff. What they said is we have to figure out a way to protect our investments, which are our athletes. And if you have a match in March, we don't want you taking a match in February where you may get injured after we've already spent all this money promoting your match in March.
Right.
Kind of makes sense.
Well, I'm going to let Paul discuss this too, but the one thing that this is the easiest way to explain it. You have UFC, you have Bellator. You don't see a UFC champ or UFC guy fighting in Bellator this month and next month fighting at UFC and then bouncing back and forth, right?
Right.
That's how it is. Like, I mean, it's professional sport. I mean, you got to protect your investment. You don't, like you said, you don't want to get injured. But you don't want to hype up a match 4 months from now or whatever, saying that, or 3 months, however long it is, and then you go arm wrestle somewhere else in those 3 months and lose, and now the credibility of you in their next match kind of take. And we saw that with Hermes losing to Gardetcha, and then Hermes coming and beating Gennady, and you know what I'm saying? It's like you booked all these matches in advance. You're like, oh shit, But I mean, what's your take on it?
Yeah, I mean, like I'll flip it and let's look from like the athlete's perspective. So like when I was getting started in WAL, there was a lot of this same discussion and scuttlebutt about the contracts. And I even thought about it myself, right? Like I was like, you know what? I love pulling these tournaments. Like, do I really want to restrict myself? Or what if there's other options? What if top 8, PL? I was thinking that way. And the minute I got the email with the contract, everybody's like, I'm going to have my lawyer look at it and do all this different stuff. I was like, hey, honey, it's got a contract from WAL. Give me the pen. You know what I mean? Like I perused it, and it's real. It's like as an aspiring, professional, I had a different take than when that contract was on my table, and I looked through it and said, this is more good than bad, and like you guys said, Rebecca said about like the guaranteed matches, and not only is it guaranteed matches, but it's also guaranteed matches with a person that I personally know and trust. Which is really important. And then to what you said, Mike, the umbrella is really important. I want to know that, you know, for the next however long duration my contract is, that I will in fact be competing against the best. Like,
Right.
because that's the carrot for me. The money, the dollar signs don't matter as much. To me, it's about that personal, like, you know, like, what am I working towards? That's me. Dollar signs are just extra bonus to whatever else, but that's not the driving factor. And everybody else's driving factor is different. And I think these contracts, you know, without getting into detail, are, you know, they're more than generous if you are worried about the money and the different stuff. So, like, I think it's really important for legitimization, like when we're moving forward. Now, is there negatives? Can there be a negative perception around it? Absolutely, you know, for sure. But contracts and bans are not intermingled, like to what you said. And like, I get, there's so much misinformation out there. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm the expert on IFA and WAF and disagreements and everything else. But what I do know is the East versus West promotion is housed in Turkey, which is governed under the Turkish, you know, Arm Wrestling Federation, which is a subsidiary of WAF. So unfortunately, being that that organization is that big, folks are at the mercy of that. Now, I'm not running around threatening bans. I would never do that, you know. Matter of fact, I don't even mention it because to me, WAF and IFA, like, controversy, it doesn't even affect us in the United States. How many people do we send to WAF Worlds? You know, and I'm even helping out with Simon and the USAF, you know, to get qualified for WAF. I don't expect a lot of Americans to go to WAF. We haven't for many years. So I don't think that's going to change. It's like we really don't even have a dog in the fight, you know. And like when you talk about the quote unquote bans, there's an application process to get the whole podcast to choose.
I was just going to see if you guys wanted to say anything, but
I don't know. I already watched their stream a little while ago, and it's interesting. It's like on the first watch, I don't know. I just don't have too much transformative comments to give.
I have nothing nice to say whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm sorry on this one.
It's all right.
Can't contribute too much.
If you can't say anything nice, don't say it at all, David. I just I don't like WAF. I don't like their bans. I don't like the guy that runs it here in the United States because he lied to me about texting people. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm not going to drink the Kool-Aid of all that bullshit. Like, it's all bullshit.
Yep.
Fuck that. 98 is the shield of America.
Shield of the West, baby.
Shielding us from tyranny. I don't really care if Engen and those guys like don't like what we're doing, because who gives a shit? We're doing something completely different. Like, they are all about the 2%ers and we're the opposite. And Engen just doesn't understand why we're called 98% if we don't represent 98% of the whole arm wrestling community, which makes no sense because we've never claimed to. It's just our name and our concept. So that being said, you know, which is why I like Arm Gods, because they don't give a shit what people think either. They're trying new things and it's their thing and they can do whatever they want. Just like we can do whatever we want.
Do they care about what Jake Bird thinks?
If I want to wear an Engen Terzi eyebrow the whole fucking show, I can.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but if I don't want to, I can take it off.
It looked better when you had a pair, though, last week.
I can't find the other one, dude.
Was that Johnny Miller's mustache?
I think I inhaled it.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I ate the other one.
Wait, was that Johnny Miller's landing strip?
No, that one is.
Nice.
Freedom.
Do you have any more videos?
We have to unite the clans.
There was
William.
Do you have any more arm wrestling secrets videos?
William Wallace.
Let's see.
I can't wait till the Brits come to America and I can be like, "Hello, I got my index finger caught in my asshole," and see how they handle it.
When you see the whites of their eyes,
they're like, "This guy." They're like, "This guy's a fucking loser." Loser.
Oh, you know what? There was this
loser.
kind of scared to watch
Homelander, is that a league for gods like me? Yes. Arm
Dave
gods
remembers the
is a
Battle of
league
Bunker
for
Hill.
gods. Arm wrestling gods. Arm gods, arm shock. Arm shock's gonna be cool as fuck, dude. I kind of want to just shock myself with it to just see how it feels. Like, aren't you interested? Like, you ever tase yourself when you were a kid when someone had a taser and you just see how it feels, and then one of you would have like a burn mark on your ass for a month?
Dave, do you think they shot the guys with jaundice?
Oh, Neil Pickup, dude.
Or just the
Jesus.
ones with whites in their eyes?
Arm Gods loves Neil Pickup, dude.
All right, so Arm Gods released this video a day ago. Future Past House 4 coming to you.
Fuck yeah.
God's known when.
We are live, mother fluffers. Rolly Ray.
Yes, we are.
Rolly Ray, my favourite son.
Another AI.
You looking forward to Iron House 4, the Future's Past card, eh? Lovely darts.
Hey, Neil. First of all, I'd like to address all the rumors about, was it really me playing Marty McFly in Arm Wars Back to the Future? Well, if you wait another 3 years, you can find out at Future Past House 4. Coming to a cinema, DVD bargain bucket at Poundland.
Whoa, hold on a goddamn cotton minute, wow. You near made me spill my wine there, son. You know I'd never give away your true identity as Michael J. Fox. I'm shocked you don't like 3-year-old rerun events.
Neil, you know I love a bit of time machine traveling. How do you think I stay so youthful? And no, it's not your super unnatural stem cells or my cat's kitty litter face rub. Truth be told, Neil, you have been shutting me down for months trying to talk about arm gods. And I've had enough. You see, I've secretly met up with Paul Maiden and agreed a 5-match deal with the most atmospheric arm wrestling promotion going, that is Arm Gods. Yes, I know what you're thinking. How can I do a live event? But I'm willing to take the chance of aging 20 years. My time machine days are over. I'm a big boy now. I can even ride my own bicycle. I hope you forgive me, Neil.
Goddamn son. The shock of that news will drive me to KFC, McDonald's, Domino's Pizza, the Chinese, potentially an Indian, and a few cheeky prawn sandwiches with the crusts cut off, including 10 bottles of red wine to wash it all down. There's no way I'm paying for this depression feeding. It's okay.
That's
I've still got Devon back
The
for
Neil
the future money.
pickup voice is just
Lovely
amazing.
darts,
It's
big T-bong.
spot on, remarkable.
I'll see you in Future's Past House 4, Ray. I'll bring the time machine to wipe away this nightmare you have spoke of. If you haven't subscribed to Ray, don't. Because he a two-timing traitor. Any last words, Ray?
Yes, Neil. Matter of fact, there is. Ahoo! Ahoo! Ahoo!
Hey, Neil, don't be alarmed. It's your favorite monster here, version 1.0 from 20 years ago back in the day. Fresh-faced with hair and ability to arm wrestle. I'm going to destroy Devin Larratt, your pet project at the Trafford Center in Future's Past House. Bring it on.
What the fluff is going on here, son? God damn, how did you get on here, Mike, from 20 years ago, eh?
Hey, Neil. Yes, don't adjust your screen. It's your pet project, all shiny and new. I just want to tell Michael Todd he is going down so easy at Future's Past House. What am I saying? He's already under the table. I'm going to show him why I'm better than him in every walk of life. Yes, Mike, this is where your monster version .0 started.
Oh my God. Devin, you must have been using Ray's special face cream, or you and Mike Quantum leaped from the past. Goddamn time machine. I knew I shouldn't have bought it of cheapmotherfluffer.com. At least the time machine never picked up Iron Paul Maiden. Lovely darts.
Ladies and gentlemen, behold a walking miracle. Mighty Paul Maiden, only 2 years ago, was close to death on a hospital bed.
I just wanted to...
There you go.
That was really good. Especially Neil's part. That was really funny.
Yeah, that voice was definitely spot on. Yeah, these guys make great fucking AI videos, dude.
Yeah, that was fun.
Always a pleasure to share those. Because we're enemies of the sport. So why wouldn't we? My God. Johnny, when you share videos like that, it's amazing. Now, if I was going to share that video, you'd be like, "Don't do it, Ryan."
No, I get to just do it.
Or you can just do it and blame. You can just blame me later. Ryan told me to post this. Neil looks silly. I didn't know there was all that history between Neil and All Made and all that until I went on a show the other day. That's crazy. How could you turn your back on a friend like that, dude?
What's awesome is I don't know any of it, so I'm just sharing this video.
You're just being an asshole. I'm not going to take orders from a kid.
Yeah, just
There we go.
Just when you think
There we go.
all the drama you can stand, something else pops up.
Oh my gosh. Well, because that's the case, bro. I think I'm gonna bow out of this live stream.
Yeah, blame me.
Okay, well, we'll see you on the side table tomorrow evening.
Yeah,
I'll just leave some equipment at home on purpose.
Yeah, can you
Bring
please
my
do that?
laptop tomorrow, dude? Fuck off.
That's specifically what I wanted. That's what I really wanted to say, but I wasn't asking it. So yeah.
I mean, Shuvich and Ryan have both have the opportunity to figure out how weak I really am, but you haven't. So you have to get that opportunity.
You
tomorrow.
haven't pulled Dave Shay yet, dude? Jesus.
No.
Nope.
Zero resistance.
Never.
Just kidding.
I'm ready. I'm excited.
Have you ever pulled like a small child for fun and you let them beat you?
Oh yeah.
That's Dave.
Oh, okay.
Listen, you may beat him on the table, but it's the stamina contest where you may have trouble.
Okay. Like staring.
I'll pick you up at 1.
Sweet.
Ish.
I'll be ready.
Oh god, that could be anything. Ish.
Chat, guys.
It was early, so
I hope you guys had a fun night tonight. We had some really cool guests.
Yeah, we did.
And if anyone's going to be at Knuckles Up, definitely come say hello.
Yeah, Johnny's first time, guys. He's popping his cherry.
Come pop my cherry with me.
He will no longer be a Knuckles Up virgin.
You will no longer be a virgin after Knuckles Up. Yep.
Possibly Dave Shay will rape him.
It's not what I said, but sure. Get enough drinks in me. Anything can happen.
Wait till we get to that after party, dude, at that restaurant, man. Meat.
Yeah.
Meat.
That might be when I put the camera down.
Smoggle. I love that.
Absolutely.
It's like,
Captain Obvious.
Yeah.
Welcome. I got you.
Yeah.
I like the dragon. Yeah, Smoggle. I like that Smoggle's a part of our lore now.
And 7/8 didn't indicate whose grandpa could beat Dave Shay.
Dragon smugglers.
Yeah.
Fucking dragon smugglers under the
Yeah,
hood.
I hear there's a new team starting up. They're called the Dragon Smugglers.
They got a new team. There's only fucking one member on it. Weighing in at a combined weight of.
Oh my gosh.
Their mascot's
is it 98 sanctioned?
Imagine like your family goes to a tournament and you have to.
Oh, Paul Italia shows up. Yeah, he's
Paul Italia in the house. What's up?
Yo,
man?
Paul.
Oh, Paul's gonna be at Knuckles Up tomorrow, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, sweet. Maybe I'll pull him too. We'll see. It's gonna be a fun time for sure. But I'll see you guys. See you guys tomorrow. Paul, hop in here. Take my seat. Unless these guys are getting off.
I have to like not pull tomorrow, so don't let me.
All right, I'll keep giving you drinks.
My shoulder.
But I'll say don't pull.
Good. I'm having issues.
All right, boys. Chat.
I might pull
awesome
my
time.
penis.
I'll catch you tomorrow, Ryan.
Pull my penis
Thumbs
out.
up. Let's go.
See you, Johnny. Thank you.
See you guys.
Fuck that guy.
Hey, I still hear that.
No, I always do it before he leaves.
FTG.
I want him to hear it. Fuck that guy.
Dude, what's the deal with Josh T?
I'm still taking the Tylenol, except now it's my
drama.
shoulder.
Some drama.
Really?
Yeah, I'll tell you about it.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Is it drama because of drama?
Nah, just like stuff.
Okay. It's like that sometimes. So I assume you're not picking him up en route to Knuckles Up?
Correct.
Oh.
I don't think he's going now.
Oh.
Yeah. Considering he was trying to sell his ticket to Dave.
Oh.
And I said thank you. I already have.
Shubich, I really hope you can make it, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's looking pretty bleak, but if I get, I don't know. There's always a chance. It's never zero.
Why is it
It's
looking
never
bleak?
zero, but it will be a late arrival.
Isn't
Well,
she
I wasn't
underage?
planning on coming because I assumed there was going to be a family event, but there's not going to be this weekend. So
What is it, Russian Hanukkah?
no, just a little get together type of thing. But
Yeah.
things fall through. So
If it
not
falls
gonna
through,
happen.
you're going to try to be there, or you don't know yet if it fell through?
No, it'll already fall through, but just I don't know if I want to drive all the way out and pay them.
How far is that for you?
In a range, it's 3.5 to 4 hours, but it's like there and back. Like if I spend the time there that I want to spend, like last time until like late night,
Yeah.
I'm not
It's a
gonna
long
want to drive all the way back because I'm already gonna be driving there in the afternoon, spending time, especially if we get weird or have fun.
Josh has given away his VIP ticket if you want to get one.
Yeah, that might be pretty lucrative there.
Yeah, it's like a
That might
$200.
be actually pretty lucrative.
Just saying, if you wanted to save money going.
True. That's probably like the coolest part about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if not, if you can't make it, I'll just eat all the meat myself.
True.
Lots of meat in my mouth. Hopefully,
Do you
they
know
have steaks.
what their next event is? Like, if did they already set a date for the summer
Yes.
or?
I think they
Yes.
did already. Yeah.
Yes, I think it's September. I want to say 24th, but hang on.
Oh,
let me take a
shoot.
look.
I was hoping for something like in the middle of the summer. Like
No,
then a
I won't.
drive done is absolutely no problem at all.
Now, let's see. All right, let me see. Pull up my upcoming events, things to be added later. Sheet and upcoming event sheets. Go to upcoming
The cool
event.
thing is like we have cool people like Martin Akopnik that he let me room with them last time. It was a terrible weather out there. Shout out to him. Like at no
Martin-
charge at all. I was trying to pay him, but he's like, no, just
Martin
out of the
is
goodness of his
a
heart.
sweet man, dude.
Knuckles
Absolutely.
up. Knuckles up 4 is
Good people.
Knuckles up 4 is September 14th.
Him and Maria are some of my
Yeah.
favorite people.
Great people, man.
You hear me?
Very
September.
giving. It's really, really appreciated, Martin. Yeah. May or may not. It
That's
just
not
might
me.
happen.
That's not me, Drew. That's not me. It's probably Harlan.
Yeah, let's spruce this night up a little bit. Let's get Harlan or Nanya
Dude,
on.
Harlan, this motherfucker keeps tagging me in the dumbest shit. Like, dude, just go away already, dude. I don't want to pull you. I don't want anything to do with you. You're racist. You're a loser. You got shot by a lesbian. Just leave me alone, bud.
Yes.
Go get shot by another lesbian.
Yes, James H., you are correct.
Yeah, I think he's right.
Yeah. Thanks, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to try to go to the next Knuckles Up? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, I was just wondering if there was like something in the summer so I could bookmark it and
yeah,
almost definitely go, because then I'll have like no reason not to, because there's nothing around it, no school days or what have you. Just
we're gonna need you to come down to the Sean Latimer tournament.
Is there a date set for that? That's not January 1st?
Not yet.
Not yet. I'll come out and ref, or if it lines up with the training block, maybe even compete.
7th or 9th. What is it? What is it, Dave? Second, the I don't know yet.
7th, I think.
7th.
But, let me pull the calendar
September
here.
7th, possibly.
Whatever that Saturday is. Let's see. Let me pull up my handy dandy
Good
little
couple
calendar.
weeks for arm wrestling there. So the 7th and the 14th.
It's gonna be right down the street from another tournament.
7th. Yeah, September 7th.
People can pick and choose which one they want to go to, but
sure,
ours will be better. Just saying. No, I don't know what date we're picking yet, but it'll be soon. We're just playing around with a few different venues. We got to book the venue for Winter Blast too, because Paul and Marcus want to start planning stuff on their end for it. So, like flights, hotels, and such. So we really got to get going. But man, it's really hard to negotiate here in America with like casinos and stuff. So, we got to get their
All those
quote.
engines.
Then we got to try to negotiate and stuff. And sometimes I got to go down there and like pistol whip someone.
Why don't you just have Ron Clemmo negotiate for you?
Retro Wave Puller said, "Great show, guys. Thanks, man. We appreciate it. We don't hear that too often."
No, it's certainly a different format that we often have had in the past.
Yeah, I like having the guests on. That was fun to have Dave Shay and Mikey.
Well, we had guests before, but I meant the commentary, the extended commentary of videos.
Oh, the reaction. Yeah.
Yeah. I really like that bald guy.
Oh, Paul Lynn?
Yeah, the other Paul Lynn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're having practice in Harrisburg tomorrow. I think you said at noon. Sorry, can't be there. I'm going to be noisy.
Oh, Stephanie Spencer in the house.
About to eat dinner. 11, 10, 9, 8.
Yeah,
She's
what's on
eating late like the wealthy people. 8
Think
o'clock.
she's eating any human parts for dinner? Or no. Shubich, what's next for you? What's the next tournament you're going to?
Ooh, you're not going to like this. You're going to hate this.
Probably an East versus West qualifier.
I'm not sure if it is. I don't think it is. But there's an event January 29th. No, not January. What am I saying? June 29th that some of the people from the Outlaws are going to be looking to go to. It's the WAF I'm not sure if it's qualifier or some kind of nationals.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it is less than, on Saturday, it is less than 5 miles from the Predator practice.
It is in Allentown.
We're going to be trying to talk people into, if people are still in town, come to the Predator practice on Sunday.
Sure. I'm looking to hit that and then something 2 weeks after that. So if there's something else going on around that date, that's what my training block is like structured for.
Yeah, I know you got to follow like your cycle.
Yep. Yeah.
Just kidding. Shubich does not do
I like that.
steroids.
That's fine. I'm okay with the
I meant
allegations.
period.
Actually,
I meant period.
Oleg asked me if I was natural.
Yeah.
Which is like surprising to me because, dude, like you're freaking jacked and strong as shit. He's like, dude, like you're, I don't know. Anyways, he was bigging me up and I was just like,
he
dude,
natural?
thank you. But
Is he natural?
I'm not. I don't know if I cannot confirm or deny. I'm not sure how comfortable.
I was just
he would
saying,
be.
like, what if he's natural? Like, how dare you ask you?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I don't know how comfortable he is answering any questions like that.
Who is this we're talking about?
Oleg Petrenko. He's
ask him if he has any recommendations for your cycle and see what he said.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. 2 weeks after would be the 13th July. I'm not sure what's going on then.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I'm going to be in Western Pennsylvania.
And I'm not married to 2 weeks after. It could be something, something in July.
Yeah.
Something in July or, we could structure the program to where it, would peak for a 98 event. Like,
yeah.
Just the 29th works
we'll
for
have
me
a bunch
because
of dates soon because we're just trying to get the venues to agree, and then once we get those, then we'll start putting out dates.
It just really works for me because it's like 5 days after I finish school.
Yeah,
and then it's like boom.
And we're looking to step on everyone around here. So, like, if someone has a tournament, we're throwing one either a week before or the same day or the week after.
Cool.
100% of the time. So
I'm just looking to compete and compete well.
We're just going to start doing,
Yeah, at the moment, the only two things I have on July 13th are Western Pennsylvania and Southern Virginia.
We have one in June called Pea Stones. If you would like to.
Yeah.
What's your longest word?
It's called Kidney Stones.
Mm.
Dude, I can't believe you're going to miss out on this meat, dude.
I'm
going
gonna
to
miss
send you
out.
pictures. I'm going to have to send you
I
pictures.
hate it. Honestly, that what you mentioned about the whole ticket and everything.
Is it more tempting now?
More tempting, but I don't think. Wait, did he get a free ticket and he's offering a free one, or is this one I got to buy off him? Or I probably got to ask the guy.
I mean, he asked a few people. He said he was giving it away.
Oh,
so
yeah, may as well if there's no buyers.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has taken it yet, but you might want to jump. You may shoot him a message.
I might.
Don't miss out on this opportunity, dude.
True. I got a quick errand to run at like 12:30, 12:45, but then after that, I'm pretty much free.
I got to pick up probably Johnny at like 1 to make it there by like 3-ish, and then the what do you call it? The meet and greet is at like 3:30, and then it starts at 4:30. So, what do you think? You think I should ask Jake Ward about what happened with Arm Gods? See what he says.
I think it'd be good to ask.
Make it awkward.
Why not ask from him? And
yeah,
what better person to ask than the person that's involved?
Now everyone in the chat is messaging Josh before you.
That's all right.
You have been here.
There were no takers for my discount thing that I had.
Oh, Mimiski is flying in from Indianapolis. Nice. Well, make sure you come say hi to us. We'll be
Don't
there.
make me feel bad.
A bunch of us 98%ers will be there. You know, Mimiski can fly in from Indianapolis, but fucking Dave can't drive fucking a few hours. How many hours is it for you?
Dude, you fucking asked like 10 times already.
No, I did not.
Yeah, you have.
How many hours is it though, really?
It's like 3.5 to 4. Depending on weather, it could be 4.5.
That far to get there?
Yes.
Damn, so how far is it for you to get to Philly?
Further, like 5.5.
Oh my god.
6 on the way back.
You thought about moving?
No.
Would your family relocate?
No. I'm good where I'm at. I like where I'm at.
You don't like Kensington?
I'm not sure if I do. Dude, you guys are weird down there. You guys have all your Pedialytes fucking locked up at Walmart's. Apparently, it's a whole thing where people could rob Pedialyte from the Sheraton
dude,
or whatever.
Everything's locked up here, dude. Like in Philly, medications at CVS, like everything's fucking locked up because whatever they steal, they lock that shit up, dude.
Oh, well, if you're actually in Philadelphia, I mean, you're out in the suburbs, but Philadelphia County is one of those progressive DAs that won't prosecute anybody.
You guys still have plastic bags in your Walmarts. What kind of backwards country is this?
It's crazy.
I mean, we haven't had them for a good 2 years.
Yeah.
Like there's no plastic bags. It's all cardboard, whatever.
Depending on where you
brown
are, they
bags.
do ask you, like, do you want to fucking purchase a bag? Or some places now they make
So
you purchase a bag or paper or boxes or.
Paul
I mean,
Cruz.
when my wife goes grocery shopping, she has to bring all like her big pile of, like grocery bags, like the material ones,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Paul Cruz has arrived in the chat at least.
Paul Cruz in the house.
Paul Cruz.
He's probably already at work.
Hey, Paulie, are you making it to Knuckles Up? At least to spectate? You guys know?
Knuckles Up.
Wally.
Forget if he's going or not. Yeah, Paul, are you going to Knuckles Up,
I'm
buddy?
not sure. Maybe a sour taste with the whole Mega Mike thing and Wayne Withers.
Oh, he is coming.
He is coming.
Oh, he's coming. Dave Shubich isn't.
No integrity.
No integrity.
Support the sport.
Fucking enemy of the sport.
Canalization.
Cool, Paul.
Rub it in. Why don't you?
Paul, every time there's a match, Paul's going to step up on stage and be like, I got winner.
He always does. He does probably got winner too.
He probably does next time, yeah.
The big galoot.
That's funny. That is too funny.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward. Dude, we're already planning like tons of shit for Winter Blast already. It's crazy.
Shoot, man. It's going to be a good one.
Paul Lynn says plastic bags are banned in Havertown. Yeah, I went to a convenience store when I left the Upstate Armed Force practice, and stuff they normally put at the convenience store in a plastic, they gave you a paper sack. I thought, oh shit, what the fuck? I haven't seen a paper bag like this. Right?
Havertown's all lefties.
Of course, it's New York State, so that's probably why. not allowed to give you.
Cruz wants to face Mega Mike. Yeah, dude, that'll be a good match. Poor Paul Lynn Jr. lives with all the lefties in Havertown.
All the witches.
Oh,
no. Hey, your area, all the Delaware County used to be solid Republican, and everybody couldn't stand Philly. They moved out and brought their damn politics with them. Now half the time they vote Democrat.
Yeah.
All the collar counties, Delaware, Bucks, Montgomery, move out of Philadelphia to get away from it and bring it with them, the fucking assholes.
Yeah. True.
So, anyways, how many birthmarks do you guys have?
Birthmarks? Other than cleft lips and eyebrows? Eyelids?
Yeah.
Well, the only thing I have is I do have the Salk vaccine mark because I'm that old.
Dave has 3 nipples. I don't know. Birthmarks? Like what kind of birthmark? You don't mean like a little like dot, right?
Yeah, all the little moles. Have you counted?
No. I connected
No?
dots. I have my daughter play connected dots,
connected dots.
with a permanent marker. It takes her 15 hours. Dude, I had to do an MRI today. And they fucking had this shoulder harness that was attached to the table. So I had to stay to like one side of the table.
Yeah.
And they send me in, dude, and my other shoulder hit the side of the fucking thing, dude. And then she's like, it's going to be a tight fit because we had to slide you over off center. And I'm like, my whole side dragged into the fucking thing, dude. Like, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And then like the fucking top of it was like 2 inches from my face. I'm like, it sucks being in one of those, dude. It's like not fucking pleasant at all.
Mm-hmm.
They gave me headphones for music, and I was trying to like just shut my eyes and pretend I'm not in this fucking thing.
Sure.
But it was
Did
so.
they have you remove your industrial bar from your urethra?
I had to take out my whole Jacob's ladder. Luckily, I only have one rung on that ladder.
Did they ask you for a music preference?
They did. They did ask me for a music preference.
They usually do.
I was like, do you guys have any
Did you put the
hardcore
98% song?
Yeah. It's like, do you have any hardcore gangster rap? And they were like, no. I was like, okay, anything oldies then.
All these today was just caveman sounds.
Get trap music. You guys have like a best of bass 1990?
Dave's rock band was just the cavemen.
Paul Cruz wanted to avenge Dan the Nightmare for when Mega Mike fucked up Dan's arm. Highly unlikely.
Did you see that Dan the Nightmare Schwartz was on with some random guest at the same time as the 98? No?
No, I don't pay attention.
Oh, he was on with what's his name? The guy from California. What's his name? You know him.
Hi from Derek Smith.
No.
John Dabo.
Other puller. No. Backwards hat.
Backwards hat.
Backwards hat. He said everybody here was randoms. I forget his name.
Dallas Langston.
Yeah.
It's
They
not
were on
Arm
tonight.
because he wears a
What was
stocking.
he on with him for to talk about?
Oh, I don't know. I couldn't really watch it because I had to get on a 98 stream.
Was he on Dallas's podcast or did Dan start a podcast?
And Dan's.
Dan's.
Yeah. So this means war. I'm sorry, Dad.
Did he talk about how he relapsed?
I don't know. I got on a 98 stream.
He told a bunch of people that he actually was never off drugs and was just lying about it. Like, wow, that's not cool, buddy.
Oh, did you see? Wait, I linked it to you guys. That
for me.
Dallas Langston, he was on a Jubilee video. He was like on some like big YouTube channel.
I liked him on Naked and Afraid, and
I haven't seen that.
he tapped out before the woman that was his partner did.
Well, it was all the muscle mass, right? I think that you were saying
He was
that.
cramping up or whatever.
Yeah. Might have been.
I mean, it might have been, but why wouldn't you be ready for that if you're a fucking survivor?
Yeah, shouldn't have done a taper. Should have done a taper.
Should have fucking plenty of water. You know, you didn't need to lose weight to look good naked. You should have fucking went in fat as fuck. Like if I go in, dude, like if I went on that show alone, where you're alone for 100 days,
yeah,
I can just hibernate for 100 days and sleep, and I'll fucking survive, and I'll be the last one.
Have you read about that guy who I think he weighed like 550 pounds? And he went on like a really restricted diet, like where he ate nothing but like essential vitamins, like in pill form, like no real food. And I think he adhered to the diet for like 6 months or so, and he lost 270 pounds.
And then died.
Yeah, and I think he
Did
lived,
he die?
but no, he lived.
Okay.
Lost 270, and he lived because he had the bare essentials, and like his body just kept feeding off of the excess fat that he had for energy. Legit story.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, he was like advised by everybody not to do it, and trying to be coaxed, and tempted by all this good food.
Yeah,
just didn't give in and stuck.
That was the survival part. Like people are waving hot dogs in front of him. Like, come on, fatty.
Dude, I would succumb immediately.
Chucking fucking Twinkies at him. I would too, bro. One cheesesteak and it's over.
Dude, it's one Parmesan crusted steak and I'm in.
Parmesan crusted steak, dude, and I am done.
Just brush it on my lips and I'm all over it.
Dude, you could put it on the other side of a bear and I'm still getting that fucking thing.
I'm fighting that bear.
Like that thing's getting tackled. I'm gonna hold him down and shave him. I'm gonna shave a bear, dude.
Shave a bear. What would it look like? Oh,
if I had to guess what a shaved bear looks like, I'd say this.
Draw a picture.
There's a shaved bear. That looks like a fucking giant rat or something, dude. Like a nutsack.
That looks like that Arm Wrestling Secrets guy.
That's his forehead with the wrinkles.
All right, that was in bad taste. I'm sorry, Tim.
Here's
low-hanging fruit.
I still have this picture of Engin after he trimmed his eyebrows a little bit. Looking good there, bud. But yeah, I don't know, man.
Dude, you're such a dumbass. I love it.
I didn't mean to hit
I
that.
absolutely love it.
I didn't mean to hit that, dude. I swear to God. Anyway, Ian Carnegie. I got a call from Ian Carnegie today. That was random.
Was it about the table?
Let me tell you. It started out, he was calling to ask if our shirt guy reached out to him.
Yeah.
The one that we're using for the dry fit one, same as FAL, that brand.
Sure.
And the guy reached out to him and he thought it was like a weird scam because the dude's from like Bangladesh or some shit.
Yeah.
And I told him, no, he's legit. But then he got into the table. So 2 hours later, I was like, I got to go. But he's going to Knuckles Up tomorrow with the table.
Nice.
So,
good for him.
Interesting thing, and I told him I would tell everyone. So the biggest complaint at Winter Blast was that the table was too high.
Right.
Apparently, there's a base for it that sits in, and it actually elevates the puller 2 inches.
Cool.
So when that base is there, you're actually the same height as a regular table.
Now, did he invite you to his MAC event on the 25th?
What's that?
Did he invite you to this MAC event on the 25th of May in Rochester?
He brought it up, but I don't know if I can make it or not this far out.
Yeah. I mean, they also got some pretty cool shirt designs from what I saw on Facebook. Looks
And hats.
nice.
Nice hats too. Are you going?
Yeah. I don't know. It's not in my training block, so it's not a competition thing.
Oh yeah.
If my left hand feels good, maybe I'll party arm it, so to speak. I don't want to say my left hand is a
How far
party
is
arm.
it from you?
I'd have to check, maybe 2.5 hours.
Well, that's not too
Which
bad.
one?
No.
Yeah, why would you go just to support it? That's weird.
Yeah. Maybe I'll tag along with some people. I do have some buddies that are going. It's the MAC event in Rochester, New York, May 25th.
Is that far from me?
You'd have to check where Rochester
What
is.
is it, Rochester?
Rochester.
Yeah,
Yes, 5.5.
Yeah.
5.5.
Oh, That's
It's like me coming to your event last year in the summer just to support and be out there and after pull and hang out.
Oh, you did do that. 5
Just for the
hours and
fun of it.
36 minutes.
Did I call it or did I call it? I
That's
said
pretty
5
good.
and a half.
That's pretty good, Dave. You called it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, because
for me,
they're about
2:18.
they're over 4. They're 4.5 for me, and if they were a little bit closer, I'd get up there more often. But there's a little bit too.
I'll probably use it as a practice.
That is pretty far, huh?
4 hours is pretty much my limit for out and back the same day. It has
Yeah.
to be really something really good too, like Shubich's practice, which is 4 hours for me.
Yeah, but it's all weaklings.
I haven't been there in ages either because I don't have a free Saturday.
It's all weaklings like Torrin and Michael Hawks and
just piss hands.
Really, really weak people when like Brandon Elsesser goes there.
Well, somebody's got to enter into the amateurs. You don't get a stacked amateur class without us.
You see Elsesser like with like fucking no body fat, dude. He's gonna tear a bicep.
It looks like a shaved bear.
He does. He does. You ever see the movie Never mind. Deliverance? You ever see that? Little banjo kid.
Hmm.
Oh, I think we lost Shubich, dude.
Oh, really? I don't know. He's kind of lurking there in the dark.
He's frozen up. He's not lurking, Dave. He's frozen. Or his battery died again.
Get out of it and come back into it. Yeah, actually, mine kicked out and came back in automatically earlier tonight. I don't know what the hell the deal was there, but
yours did? Oh, I didn't even notice.
Yeah, it was very brief, and but it kicked out and brought it back in. But
what time is it? Oh, it's 11:30. Oh, I think he just left, and he's trying to come back in. I can't tell. What a silly guy! There he is. There he is. He's back.
My internet's not doing so great tonight.
You got Nanya's connection?
Yeah. Where did we leave off? I think you said something about Elsesser with no body fat, and I said that he reminds me of a shaved bear.
Yeah, and then I said, did you ever see the Deliverance, the little banjo kid? I'm just gonna leave it there. I'll leave that there. No need for elaboration.
We'll be right back. No, we're gonna keep it right here.
Hold on, I got this meme.
Dude, have you watched any of the Kill Tony show? That's funny.
Kill Tony, yeah.
Yeah. Hilarious. It's my favorite right now. Have
You know what?
okay. Now tangentially off that, have you watched the Dr. Phil character?
Oh yeah. I know
Dude,
exactly.
that is my jam. For the past couple of days, I've just been watching that.
I've been binge watching. Well, a couple days I binge watched the Tom Brady roast.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, bro,
I will. I'll get to it.
The jokes about what's his name hanging himself. Oh my god,
Epstein?
No, Fernandez.
Oh, Aaron? Is it
Aaron Hernandez? Sorry.
Yeah.
Dude, like fucked up.
John Anthony? Oh no,
that's
another Fernandez.
No, Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah, the NFL player.
Some of the stuff they say on him, dude, is like.
Yeah. Dave, do you watch any stand-up comedy?
Nope. Well, no, not really. I mean, occasionally I'll see shorts on, on Facebook Reels or whatever, but whatever.
Are you interested in any? Like, if I share some to you on Facebook, would you watch it or listen to it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I like the dry humor, sarcasm type stuff, not slapstick.
Sure.
Dude, the Tom Brady one was brutal though. First off, it's way longer than any other roast you've ever seen. Like, because they had all the NFL players roasting too, and the regular like comedians doing it. So it was like double, like 2 hours long.
I forget which roast it was, but I think Peyton Manning was on a roast. Diaz or something, and he did really well.
Right? Yeah, he did well. He got roasted pretty good. Dude, Gronk gets roasted so bad.
Fun like that is definitely worth a 4-hour drive.
Oh my
Pinky
god,
match.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys did dock under the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a really big promise.
Yeah.
Two uncircumcised guys going.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, the roast, you got to watch it if you get a chance. It's on Netflix.
I will. I'll make time for it for sure. Most of the time, anytime we do like a big team, like trip out to a tournament, we'll listen to some kind of comedy just to make the drive a whole lot quicker.
Definitely listen
Great
to
time.
2 hours of roast. But dude, the funniest thing is someone said something about Robert Kraft, and I guess Tom said no talk. The only request he had was don't talk about Robert Kraft. And he actually got up and walked up to the comedian and was like, don't say that shit again in his ear. And you hear it on the mic, and then everyone was like, what a loser.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it wasn't even anything bad that he said, really. It was more about Tom. But everybody thought that was pretty funny, like, this pussy. But yeah, any of you guys want a good laugh, watch that roast. There's some really good shit.
I will.
All the comedians were brutal as fuck, dude.
Was Tony Hinchcliffe on that?
Oh, dude, he crushed.
Yeah, dude, he always does.
Bro, he went fucking balls out on everyone, like probably the best of the night, and everybody was like bowing down to him.
Yeah.
Like he was brutal as fuck, dude.
Dude is a killer.
I mean, all the Deus guys, all the comedians are usually really fucking funny.
Was that one bald dude there? He's always at every roast.
Which one?
What's his face? The one bald dude.
Oh yeah, he's the roast master, so he's always he's the one who puts that whole thing together.
Oh, okay. So he's like the Comedy Central guy.
Always, he's always there at all of them.
Yeah,
he was pretty funny, but he wasn't as brutal as usual.
To me he sounds desperate, for a laugh.
Yeah,
most of the time. But then there'd be like guys like Anthony Jeselnik or Tony Hinchcliffe that like really do all the digging.
What's her name? Crushed too, the chick.
Who do they have this time?
That blonde chick that's always usually on, like most of them.
The fat lady?
No, skinny, super skinny.
Shoot,
why can't I
have
think
to,
of her name?
do you have a face? Could you pull up the date? Yeah.
Hold on, let me see what
Dude,
I can find.
another really good roast that they had on Comedy Central was the one with Justin Bieber.
Oh yeah, that was a really good.
That was a great one. Yeah.
Actually, Justin had some good jokes too.
He did. Justin, that
I don't know who wrote his jokes.
One was really good. But most of the time, they'll have like comedians like Hinchcliffe writing the jokes for them. Just so it's like a good show. So it's
of course.
So it's not awkward.
Oh, it was Nikki Glazer.
Nikki Glazer. Okay.
Yeah, she was so fucking funny.
Yeah. Yeah, she's always doing a great job.
Andrew Schultz was on there.
Nice.
Rob Gronkowski though. Even Dana White did a fucking some stand up.
Cool. Was that one young kid there who blew up last year? What's his name? The really handsome dude. Matt Rife?
No, he was not there.
No. Like I would assume like they'd want like
he's
all
funny
the
as shit, dude.
Yeah. Anyone that's like topical or big in in that era.
Yeah.
Or in the moment in time, they're usually a good person to have on.
Yeah, I would have thought they'd have him on because he's usually really good at like with the crowd and shit.
I miss having Patrice O'Neal around for roasts.
Oh, dude.
That is the guy.
They used to roast him about his diabetes and then he died. Oh my god. I was like, oh.
Yeah, Matt's one of them. I pick up a lot of his on the shorts and the other thing is just amazing when you look at
do you masturbate?
The video clips from Jeffersons and All in the Family, and oh god, the shit they got away with back then would have people having heart palpitations today.
Yeah. Hey, do you remember if we ordered a shirt for Johnny Miller on the custom name?
The most recent order?
Yeah.
I don't off the top of my head, but I will
remember.
Here at the computer. Why not? I'll take a look.
We may have. Yeah, Shubich, even if you don't have time to watch the whole thing, definitely just watch Tony's fucking Tony's little set.
I mean, if I happen to make the drive over, or if that decision gets made, maybe I'll watch it on the way. Or
yes, he is on the list,
or both.
Johnny.
Okay, cool. I can give it to him tomorrow.
Yeah, I was going to say something here, but I thought, probably the people in our audience are not the people that bought the things. I was thinking, hey, they just came in today, folks. They'll go out shortly.
Yeah, it'll probably be after this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
We got a full weekend.
Oh, yeah. No, shortly does not mean mañana. Although I'll tell you what, let me think. What you could do, save ourselves some postage, is bring anybody that's at the Philly practice. Wolf. Wolf had one of them. Bring them with you tomorrow.
You know what?
Give it to me, and I could go to the.
Text me a list, and I'll look through them because I don't even know what sizes we have and all. I got to go through everything. I know we got all the last names, but I know we supplemented some of the sizes that we didn't have at Winter Blast. So
yeah,
I gotta see what we have. I didn't even open it yet. The package literally just came in today. So
I'm just
and our live stream computer came in today.
Well, I'll tell you, because I'm just looking here who would be at the Philly practice, and I could go there on. And actually, for that matter, as I look at these things here, I don't know. It really wasn't that big a pile, was it? Is it like one box? Maybe just throw the box in your trunk.
It's one box, but they're all like fucking individually wrapped in plastic. So, like, literally to check them all, I have to unplastic every single fucking one to find.
Really, they don't have it that you can actually see the name without pulling the plastic off.
Precisely.
Yeah,
so
because
I gotta open that box and go through every single fucking.
Oh shit, that's a pain in the balls. Because I'm looking at here, because I have 2, Wolf had 2, Fernandez will probably be there tomorrow. He has 1. Gilbert is at the Philly practice, right? Yeah. Sue Fisher, Johnny Miller, you.
Yeah, send me a text of anyone you think is going that will either be there or a practice you're going to go to, and I'll bring them.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Penis and vaginas.
Yeah.
What else is going on with you, Shubich? Where have you been?
Dude,
You
just
busy
head
slaying
down
vaginas? You out there slaying?
on a Friday night.
I know.
Here
Why are
I
you
am.
out there on a Friday night, not out there?
Yeah. I mean, I missed a couple Fridays.
When I was your age, dude, I was scamming bitches.
I know.
Paying hookers.
I remember last week's off-air podcast. Some good stories.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. No, just head down, working out, getting strong, blah, blah, blah. Nothing too exciting to report back with. I'm trying to look for excitement.
I've been dealing with some crazy shit, dude.
I bet you have. Why don't you end the show? Tell me off air.
Yeah. We probably will end it anyway because it is getting late. And I got nothing left to talk about because I'm exhausted. We've been, just so you guys all know, we've been putting in a shitload of work, working long hours on Winter Blast stuff and 98 stuff and revamping our whole brand and expanding things. So we've all been really burning at both ends of the candle.
Yeah. You guys have been busy.
Yeah.
You guys have been busy. It's been really hard to get a hold of you guys. I mean, you're only like a text away, really, but like you guys aren't, the usual stuff that was happening this time last year.
Right. Yeah. We're trying to get better, grow, get more people on here as guests. But yeah, we haven't been going long lately just because we've all been super tired.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just.
You definitely don't want to be tired tomorrow.
I know it's gonna suck. That's why I'm bringing Johnny, because once I hit one barrier, he'll take over driving.
Good.
Yeah, he did. Hey, I was talking to him on the way home from Maryland. He was driving. He said, "Yeah." He said, "Brian's sleeping."
Yeah, Johnny did have to take over driving back from Maryland.
Dave, are you looking to stay for a little while after the event for the barbecue and chilling?
Oh, that's my favorite part. Absolutely.
Stephanie sent me some nudes.
Nice.
Not of her, but
yeah. Where's Stephanie at? The
she's
usual
in
suspects.
chat.
Where's
She's in
Hollywood
chat.
Matt Connolly?
Said she was having dinner.
I thought we needed a bedtime story to tuck us in.
Yeah. Anyway, well, thanks everybody for coming. I think we're gonna call it a night.
The thing that you just heard, because you know your thing turned off, was me sending you a note saying names of people that will probably be there tomorrow or at the Philly practice.
I don't know how to mute my the sounds from like my fucking things on here. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna call it a night. So, but
Okay.
Schubert, I'll tell you the thing in a minute. Later, everybody. Ending the stream.